Hold on. Hold on. We're here. 1 second. Had to sprint across my apartment there. I forgot my phone in the other room, and that's how I see chat half the time. Hello. Can I pick some music for the background? If it's Faye, yeah, you can link it. As long as it's copyright free or would not normally be copyrighted, yeah, you can link something. We're gonna need it. All right, let's talk, chat. Today, I'm in a mood, but let me explain what's going on. 1 second. Let me drink some water. I'm gonna need it. Get their music out of my face. All right. Melly, hi. Fonzie, hi. How's it going, everyone? Making me the ghost. All right. Chat, we need to have a talk. As you guys may or may not know, I have a large period of time at work every day to just read Reddit and just do other stuff, right? I have a very not demanding job. I love my job, actually, but it's not terribly demanding. I spent like 6 hours today reading patch notes, dissecting all the information, letting it digest, and then reading Reddit's response to the patch. Guys, do you realize how ridiculous Reddit is being? It's not even just Reddit anymore, though. Now it's like Zizarin is saying some wild stuff, and there's a lot of misinformation going around about this new patch. So what we're going to do, chat, is live, we're going to talk about the new patch. So let's do it. So, first things first. Well, let me pull up paint here. Get those objects out of my face. Yeah, I made my glasses more transparently in the eyes. What of it? No, not paint. Yeah, paint's fine. I just need text. Okay. First things first. 1. Actually, that's way too small. Hold on. Let's do text size 36. 1. Actually, that's still not big enough. What the heck? Hold on. Text size 72. 1. Melee. Okay. Guys, Melee is easier to level in the new patch than it has ever been in the history of Path of Exile. I don't think people realize some of the new bonuses that you get for quality of life in Path of Exile. But let me be specific here. Accuracy nodes. They overhauled some of the accuracy masteries. Now, there's 2 of them that specifically make Melee kind of really nice to level in terms of quality of life. 1, 50% increased accuracy at close range, meaning all melee strike skills, at least ones that need it. Melee strike skills now have 50% increased accuracy as long as you have a single mastery anointed. A single mastery taken. Then you have plus 500 accuracy, minus 2 accuracy per level. There are people on Reddit who are saying, unironically, that they wanted the precision mastery, and it going away means a nerf to auras, without them realizing that the mastery it got replaced with gives you like 400 flat accuracy. That's amazing. That's like a level 10 precision or something. In fact, let's look it up right now. How much precision, if you're level 50, how much precision do you need? I'm guessing level 10. 385 accuracy. Look at that. Around level 10 or 11 precision, you get for free without reservation with 1 mastery point. The amount of people who don't understand the reservation changes is infuriating to me. Now, to be fair to Reddit, they have since changed some things. Let me be clear. To be fair to Reddit, there was a post, #1 spot, that was like, hey, be careful about criticizing the reservation changes. Remember, mana mastery gets 12% mana reservation of skills. Oh, it's back. It's not as bad as people think. Like, they look at the armor one, and they're like, hey, no longer do I get determination, reservation, efficiency. What the heck, GGG? But then you read stuff like you get +1 max all res or +1 armor per 2 strength. Like, the amount of armor you get, especially if you're willing to stand still for just a second, just getting 20% increased armor up to like 60% if you're really ballsy, that's a lot of free armor if you really want determination for that. And it's just sort of funny to me that people are looking through all of the changes in whole, encompassing all of the changes, and people are upset about it, and I don't get it. Like, I don't know. It's just, there's so many little things. Like the claw masteries. I didn't even know these were a thing. I should have read the patch notes. Like, in hindsight, there were more interesting changes in the patch notes than there was in anything else. Like, look at the claw masteries. You get 10% of leeches instant per equipped claw. And you get, when you're dual wielding, inherent attack speed bonus from dual wielding is doubled. So with 2 masteries from claw, you get 10% more attack speed and 20% leeches instant, which you're only ever going to take that with the new leech mastery. 10% of leech is instant. So 30% of all of your leech as a claw, dual wielding claw build is instant. And that's fantastic. That is amazing for dual wielding claw builds. Dual wielding is going to be awesome this league. I want to do a dual wielding build. I want to do a leech dual wielding build, something I haven't done in a very long time. So that's going to be fun. And there's so many little things. CI, dude, Chaos Inoculation is going to be insane this league, right? Dude, think about this, okay? Armor and Energy Shield Mastery. Where is it? Where is it? Come back here. Where is it? Energy Shield Mastery. It's over here somewhere. Hold on. Armor and Energy Shield Mastery. Guys, 10% from physical damage from hits taken as chaos damage is amazing. That's 10% less physical damage taken. Also, here's one for you. I don't know if people realize this. 100% increased armor and energy shield from equipped body armor if equipped gloves, helmet, and boots all have armor and energy shield. That 100% increased armor and energy shield on equipped body armor is not a requirement for the mastery. So as long as your gloves, helmets, and boots all have armor and energy shield, then your body armor has 100% increased energy shield on a pure ES base, on a Vol Regalia. But not only that, if you are CI, you can just use pure ES bases and craft on armor. I don't know if people know that, but you can use a pure ES boots, sorcerer's boots or whatever, and just craft on flat armor, and you have armor on your boots, and use that for all of your equipment. Which is amazing, right? I think that's awesome. And you get, like, a lot of energy shield because of it. So with those 2 masteries, all of a sudden, CI is looking really good this league for defensive purposes. Pair that, now if you really want to get memey with it, you can pair it with a Dark Scorn and a... what is the item? Hold on. What is that item? Physical damage taken as chaos. Dark Scorn. What is the body armor? It was a meme. Was it light? It was something light. It was light. Oh my goodness. Taken as chaos. Incandescent heart. Right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Chaos Inoculation is looking insane for defensive purposes because you get the mastery for 10% Fizz taken as chaos. You can use Dark Scorn with like a Scourge Arrow build or something for 25% Fizz taken as chaos. And if you really want to meme it up, you can get Incandescent Heart, which reduces elemental damage by 25%. But just having 35% physical damage just gone, that's pretty fantastic for a CI build. And that means that largely, as long as you get spell block on the build, that's a lot of your defenses kind of solved. Not only that, there's more. I think it was evasion and energy shield mastery. Where is it? Well, this one's nice because you just get max energy shield if you craft on evasion on your rings, and you get a bunch of recharge rate if you craft on evasion on your amulet. You're crafting a lot of evasion. There's one more little thing. I think it might be pure evasion mastery. Where is the one that you avoid bleed and poison if your helmet is crafted? That one was pretty amazing. I really liked that one. Hold on, I guess we can just search it. Helmet. Hold on. No, it wasn't helmet. Yes, it was helmet. No, not evasion mastery. Not ES mastery. Not armor mastery. There's one where it was like your helmet gives you, or if your evasion or energy shield on helmet or something. Ah, there it is. Okay. So it's the armor evasion mastery. So guys, armor evasion mastery, okay? Look at this. Immune to bleeding if equipped helmet has higher armor than evasion rating. Immune to poison if equipped helmet has higher evasion rating than armor. Now, if you're a CI build, okay, the main weakness, or I guess why a lot of people don't really thrive with Chaos Inoculation builds, is that you need to, like, be immune to all forms of damage over time. Bleeding is a big one. Poison damage is taken care of because you're immune to chaos damage. Ignite is another big problem. So in order to be a successful CI build, you need to be immune to Ignite. You need to be immune to poison. You need to be immune to bleeding. It's not enough to just heavily reduce the damage. You need to be immune to it and to get your recharge rate going, or at least have a ton of regen to just out-regen the mechanic. If you're a recharge build, that's your big issue. This Armor Evasion Mastery allows you, as long as you have armor on your helmet, you are immune to bleeding, which is awesome. And it makes recharge CI a lot more viable, as long as you can get to this mastery. Now, incidentally, going back to the armor and energy shield mastery, remember how I said, as long as your helmet has crafted on armor, and you can use a pure ES base and still benefit from the 100% increased ES on your body armor on like a Vol Regalia. You don't need armor on your chest piece is what I'm saying. Because you're crafting on armor anyway, as long as you have no evasion anywhere else in the helmet, you can then get bleed immunity and poison immunity and everything else on a CI. And you can just get ignite immunity like 10 different ways. All of a sudden, pure recharge CI with like Wicked Ward, this is kind of awesome. Not only that, because Wicked Ward is 40% less energy shield recharge rate, now if you use an evasion mastery for evasion energy shield, there's one, oh, excuse me, I'm sorry. It is evasion, no, it is yes. Yeah. Now that you have evasion and energy shield mastery again, you get 40% energy shield recharge rate if equipped amulet has an evasion modifier. So as long as you have one evasion on your amulet, Wicked Ward is evened out now. And I think all of that is really good. The main reason I don't go CI is because transitioning into it is a pain in the ass. Is it much anymore? I don't know. Like, the main problem with CI while leveling is that you just didn't have enough energy shield to justify it, because you don't take enough chaos damage to justify going CI over anything else. But now, I would still recommend not transitioning to CI until you at least get to maps. But it's going to make the overall journey, like, at the end of it, it just, recharge CI is just so much more, like, viable now. You have less physical damage taken. You are innately immune to bleeding. You don't have to use, like, Apex, what is it? Apex, it was a, any type, Apex. Yeah, Apex Supremacy. That was the classic one, right? You have +3 max all res while poisons. Poison expire 50% slower. You take chaos damage instead of physical damage from bleeding. So the main benefit of this is that what this allowed you to do is be effectively immune to bleeding while you have a recharge-based CI build. So your recharge always goes up, hence the 50% faster charge of energy shield recharge on the shield. It's a fantastic shield, meant for recharge-based CI, but now you don't need it anymore. It's still good, don't get me wrong, but you don't need it in order to make recharge-based CI build really good. You can just get it on the tree. And that's super exciting to me, but if you listen to Reddit, no, this is a nerf league. I'll never understand why people think this is a nerf league. I don't get it. Like, yeah, things were nerfed, but, like, this isn't a nerf league. You guys don't know what a nerf league is if you think this is a nerf league. Like, I was there. Don't quote me that this is a nerf league. I was there when it was written, all right? 3.0, baby. The death of double dipping. All right? How many of you were there for that, okay? Melly, thank you for the pit bats. How many of you were there for double dipping? All right? That was a Nerf league. 3.15, Expedition. That was a Nerf league. This is not a Nerf league. This is makes me really excited because as I was going through the patch notes, I wish we read them on stream now. As I was going through the patch notes, I got more and more excited because there's so many cool things about this league. There's so many cool things. Not only that, well, if you really want to meme it up, you have access to a third Link mastery now, which is pretty cool, but nobody cares about Link skills but me, apparently. Oh, right. Build we're going to play. So I didn't have I don't have POB at work, but I do have it here. So what we're going to do, I think what we're going to do is a puncture snipe build. I think that's the plan. We're going to do puncture snipe, and then we're going to have like ensnaring arrow, ballista totems, and we're going to use a champion for impale. All the ensnaring arrows are going to stack up impales. We're going to bleed, and then the new impale masteries, by the way, which are also really good. We'll talk about it more as we're making this build, but where is it? 20% chance on hit to remove all impales on an enemy. Impales removed this way multiply their reflective damage for this hit by the number of hits they have left. Meaning we have a 20% chance on our puncture bleed with snipe to do, yes, to do all the damage. And then there's also, where is it? 10% on hitting an enemy for all impales on that enemy to last an additional hit. That's pretty great to combo with it. So what we'll do is have a bunch of ballistas set up with ensnaring arrow, have them just pelting the boss with all the ensnaring arrows, and we're going to try to puncture, and we have and by the way, they're all going to refresh each other. Or at the very least, we're going to have it where, they're going to try to get a bunch of hits up. So by the time we're done channeling, we'll hit them, and 1 in 5 chance we have just an absolutely insane bleed. But it's going to be pretty fun, and I think that's what we're going to do. And what ideas do you have to goobify this build, Copium? This is not a Copium build. This is I think it's going to be a fantastic league starter build, especially because I'm doing trade. My favorite league, 3.15. Well, how do I tell if a song is copyright public domain in the YouTube chat? You don't, but if it's from anything, like what is it? How about that? Wait, what was that impale something at the end? Oh, so Impale Masteries got remade. Again, I wish they would have shown this in the patch notes. 10% chance on hitting an enemy for all impales on that enemy to last an additional hit. This does not scale into forever. You can't just have a bajillion reflex unless you get lucky. So you can't have 10 stacks of impale, right? The last one is 20% chance on hit to remove all impales from the enemy, and impales removed this way. Oh yeah, the physical mastery got overhauled too. Again, I wish we knew this. The physical mastery says 10% more maximum physical attack damage. Pretty good for bleed builds. Hits have a 40% chance to just ignore enemy monster physical damage reduction. Probably not going to take it, but still, it's there. And then, oh, here's the juicy one, by the way. Another reason we're going impale with ensnaring arrows. 6% to damage over time multiplier for bleeding per impale on the enemy. So my plan is, what we'll do right now, is that we're going to go Master of Metal. We're going to have all the impales, and we're going to have our totems doing the impaling, and then we're just going to laugh our way to a bajillion million damage. I don't know what our fourth ascendancy is going to be. We have free Fortify, which is great. Free stun immunity, which is great. And a crap ton of armor and evasion because we're impaling as well. But yeah, maybe Conqueror, because we're using totems with ensnaring arrow, right? So unless I'm mistaken, if we have a totem with ensnaring arrow, it will taunt the enemy always, and when they do that, we take 10% reduced damage, or excuse me, we take 30% reduced damage taken. I believe I am correct on that. Wait, I thought this was a bleed build? No, this is a bleed build. This is the, hold on, we're bringing out paint again. I can't believe you guys are doing this to me. We're done ranting. I gotta, Control Z! Totems, Kozoku Haru. Hi! I don't know what I just Control Z to billion of, but I hope I didn't mess up the stream. Totems? No. We're not playing a totem build. We're playing ensnaring arrow totems with a bleed puncture build using the new snipe gem, which is awesome. We're going to build it under Asylum until we get the snipe gem, but whatever, right? It's going to be awesome. I think this is going to be an amazing build, boys. I can't wait. Kozoku. You can call me Haru, though. I will call you Haru. Thank you. I'm glad you're enjoying the stream. I haven't seen you here before. Your name reminds me of one of my friends, Mao Tenchi, with your name. I want to make a Prismatic Burst Chieftain with the strength stacking and fire damage. As a league starter? I don't like attribute stacking as a league starter. I've learned my lesson before. All right, hold on. This is going to be a build. Let me turn on some music. Shrink myself a little. And then we're gonna make this build. I think this is gonna be a good build. I think this is gonna be a great build. I think this is gonna be my best league starter ever. Just the numbers seem to make sense in my head because we get so much flat damage, and we're doing Trade League, that we're gonna have fun with it. So let's put on some Star Guardian because I'm in a mood for that. I want something upbeat. I got a lot of sleep last night, guys. I fell asleep at like 10 minutes after league start, and I fell asleep for like 2 hours, and I am in a mood, and it was amazing. And then I fell asleep after that. But like, I am energized. I'm ready to go. I was thinking about strength stacking Inquisitor, Battle Mage, Spellslinger, Prismatic Burst earlier, but I need the prismatic numbers. True, we don't have gem numbers. That's why I want to do Snipe, because we all know it's gonna be great, right? Being the best Goop starter isn't really a standard. We should base it. Hey, chat. New league, new Goo Boy. We're going back to the old days, baby. One build a week, and we're doing endgame. There we go. We're going back. What support gems am I using with Toxic Rain? That question is best asked to... I don't want to put him on the spot. Fonzie loves Toxic Rain. Kokazu Peru is following. Wow, I don't know how loud that alert sound was for you guys, but I didn't hear a goddamn thing. Hi, well, thank you for following. I appreciate it. Aww. Your name reminds me of Kuzoku, the Path of Exile boss, but... whatevs. Kudoku? Kudoku. All right, here's what we're gonna do. Puncture, equipped in the helmet. We need a bow. Any bow, just a bow. Not Quill Rain. You know, if we really wanted to meme it up, we would use Chin Soul, but you know, whatever. Let's get a physical bow. Keeping in mind we're in Trade League, so we can get a little fancy with this. Let's do, all I want for it is just the bleed mod. Get rid of crit, get rid of attack speed. We can essence physical damage, so let's do that. Add modifier, essence, flat fizz. We want that to be the highest. Don't care about the crit. Flat fizz, yeah, okay. And then we want to roll for like tier 3%. We'll just go like 450 DPS. I think that's fair. 450 DPS bow with a bleed mod on it. That's not too much to ask. Actually, can I just craft on the percent fizz and just call that even? Maybe. Hold on. What if we just craft on the percent fizz? That one. There, we'll craft on the percent fizz. That's fair, right? We'll wait until 400. There, 420 DPS. Is that fair? Crafted on percent fizz, essenced flat fizz, bleed mod. There. Anything else is icing on the cake. I'm one of the 7 people who actually used face breakers, so next week I want to use a Doriani's fist build once I get some smooth moolah. Oh. I feel like the music is a little too loud. Thank you. Appreciate it. Ruthless was a new Goo Boy too. That was different. All right. It was pretty loud. Okay, thank you. Appreciated. Is that better? Chongadonk, hi. All right, let's do it. Duelist. All right. Champion. Now, before you guys say anything, let me explain, okay? This is not that bad of a build. Let me explain, okay? Before everyone's like, oh, meta cook. Let me listen. We're doing something original. We're going to do Snipe Gem because we get that at level, I don't know, 4, level 4 or something. We're going to do it with Puncture. And we're going to have a 6 link. So what we're going to do is we're going to emphasize bleed damage. And this is going to be a bleed build. And what we're going to do is Brutality. Cruelty is fine. Deadly Elements. Now, we only get a 5 link here because we do get sniped from Asylum for the sake of damage here. Visage Prod is fine. And do I really want Cruelty? I don't know. Swift Affliction? Probably better. Well, no. Not necessarily. We don't need chance to bleed, but we'll probably league start chance to bleed because it has flat fizz on it. And then that'll be our main thing. We're not a gladiator because the only reason we would ever go gladiator is just bleed pops, and that's literally the only other benefit to this. We're gonna go champion. So, plus we get more damage anyway. Our other thing is ballistas. So we are not using ballistas for damage. We're using it for ensnaring arrow. So what it's gonna do is causing you to something that uses the skill for you. Yep, and it's gonna use ensnaring arrow. And what it's gonna do is it's gonna stack up ensnares, 1 for the extra bleed damage, guaranteed. 2 for Master of Metal, because it's going to be an impale damage. So they're going to all stack impales while I charge up the super bleed on them. And they also trigger Conqueror, which gives me 30% damage reduction, right? So great defenses, right? And so I don't know what else to put here. Faster attacks and Barrage? I actually don't know the best links for that. Maybe Hex Touch? I don't know. We have options there. But we have a whole nother 6 link too, so it's all good. So that's going in our bow. And then now we build out the tree. So we have to be a little careful here. We have to get Impale, Bleed, and a bunch of other stuff. Now this is technically theory crafting, but I thought about this a lot at work, so we got time. Now, hilariously, we don't actually have to get Resolute Technique. That's really far out of the way. But we do have Impale and Bleed here, so we can just get it anyway. We don't have to get it because with some accuracy mods, like 2 of them, we have full accuracy. So, wouldn't going Deadeye Rupture make sense if you're going with the weird, janky, nonsensical Bleed stack build? No, it wouldn't make sense. 1, because we're league starting this probably, which makes getting crit a little bit difficult. Projectile damage on his Bleed build? Well, hold on, hear me out. Okay, hear me out. Rupture is great if you have a Crimson Dance build, which we don't. We're not going Crimson Dance. We're going for the Omega single bleed, everything's gonna die super fast build. And I think it makes sense. Proj damage does not increase bleed, so I'm a dumbass, my bad. So we're gonna come down here. This gives us the damage over time with bow skills. Boom, boom, boom. And then, wait, what does that notable give us? So this is where we start theory crafting. Hold on. Flat evasion, movement speed, damage. Cool. And then is there any bow masteries? So they didn't remake any bow masteries. This is kind of whatever, right? Projectile speed, I guess, but otherwise I'm not even gonna bother with any of these. Like maybe blink arrow? We're not gonna use any. All right, so that goes there. Come down here. Boom, boom, boom. Damage over time, area of effect, okay. And nothing there. We're not going Vol Pack, but the leech is nice, I guess. Let's come down here. We're now gonna get... Oh, right, okay. Here's one for you, chat. I don't know if you guys realize this node existed. Brink of Death. Regenerate 4% of life per second while on low life. I thought about making this a Petrified Blood build. Because if you make Petrified Blood, we're not going to go like Overleech memes or anything, but Petrified Blood with these regen nodes and these regen nodes, that's a lot of regen. We're talking like a lot here, and I'm almost wondering if that's worth it. Maybe. We'll think about it, but we're going to path down here anyway, so it works out pretty well. Let's get our bleed nodes. We don't need any chance to bleed. We have puncture, guarantees it. 60% increase bleed duration, doesn't really matter yet. Don't need crit. Probably endurance charges is the easiest because we're gonna get endurance charges with Enduring Cry. Rupture is made for ramping high speed bleeds. Yeah, we don't have that though. Bleed and kill fast, kick 1. No. You guys don't. You guys don't understand. It's not about. No. We don't need to ramp bleeds. I don't think that's the way to go here. I think you want an Omega bleed because remember, the only reason we have totems is just to stack impales and to enable Conqueror to be really good, right? That's why we're using ensnaring arrow totems. That's the purpose here. So we're gonna go there. I believe chance to impale also implies our totems have a chance to impale, right? I'm pretty sure. We want ensnaring arrow, impale, 15% chance. Yes. 5%, 10%. Okay, ensnaring arrow is indeed scaled via chance to impale. Impale effect matters a little. Enemies down, we're impaled. Enemy is impaled, which is... Yes, recently. Taunted an enemy recently, yes. Number of totems are always 3. We are going to be fortified. We will have endurance charges. And we will have a higher snipe here. How long does it take to charge for 6 on snipe? Is every stage of snipe... Is every stage of snipe 1 second? So if I have stage 6, is that a 6... Is that a 6-second charge time? Yeah, but you said Rupture is for Crimson Dance, even when it's far better for Omega Bleeds between a ton of small bleeds. Critical strikes which inflict bleeding also inflict Rupture. Oh, right. Okay. Nah, we're not gonna do it. We're gonna go Champion. I feel like it's the more defensive one. I feel like it's gonna be more fun to impale stack with all the new masteries. It's gonna be a good old time. We want impales overwhelm. No, we want 10% chance on hitting an enemy for all impales on that enemy to last for an additional hit. Do we want that? Yes, we want that. We want that because we're going to also get 20% chance to remove all impales from an enemy. Impales removed this way multiply the reflected damage of this hit by the number of hits they have left. So that means 1 in 5 chance we have an Omega Bleed. Also, I don't know if you guys saw that meme about Champion and Adrenaline, where on the Evasion Mastery, Armor Evasion, where is it? There's a thing that was like, every time you change stances, get Adrenaline for like 1 second, and then what you would do is you would have on your left click just spam out like Adrenaline all the time. And you would have like 99% uptime on Adrenaline. It's cool, and you get 25% of your total life per click. It's alright. So just blood and sand type stuff? Yeah. It's based on attack speed. Yeah, well, I mean, listen, it's gonna be a league start, okay? This is just fine. Don't worry, chat. We're gonna be good. Trust me, we're in this. Also, I'm thinking about going Petrified Blood on this because we get +1 max all res here. If we go down here anyway for this, like that, we get a flat 50 regen, right? Flat 50 regen. Oh my god, there's so many weird ones on this, guys. Like, life recovery from regen is not applied every 4 seconds. Instead, recover 10 times your regeneration every 4... I don't know. We're going to go flat 50 regen, and then a bunch of regen, and then we're going to come up here, and then get all the regen. I don't know. It's going to be pretty juicy, I think. Get all the regen. So that's why I'm kind of considering going Petrified Blood. You get Onslaught and Adrenaline with the stance swap. It looks pretty fast. Yeah, it looks pretty fast. We're not doing it, but it's fast. Although, theoretically, I could. I mean, I am going Champion, but I'd rather get the guaranteed damage reduction. I don't want to go, like, those kind of memes, you know? You know, chat, you know? We get it per endurance charge, right? So we're going to go boom. Come over here, boom. Get this life anyway. Do we want any of the armor evasion masteries? Probably not. Nah. Although, we are going Champion. It's okay. It's aight. Back out of these, but I kind of want these as well. I'm going to get all the max res. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4... 4, and then just get a bunch of these. Any armor masteries? Oh, 5. 6 on the fire. Okay, we're getting a lot of max res. 7. 6. 7 on fire. I don't know if we're actually going to do this, chat, but you know what? It's kind of funny, so play with me for a second, you know? Recovery mastery. Probably less life regen would be pretty nice. So where are we at now? We have, kind of good damage. 100,000 DPS on bleed with 8-second bleed. So we need more bleed at impales, that's for sure. Wait. Hold on. If we have ballista totems with a snaring arrow, do we benefit from impale chance with two-handed weapons? I think we do, because we're using a bow, right? So let's try it here. In snaring arrow, 40%. 50%. Okay, so it does benefit. Impale effect. Impale effect. Oh, I guess we could have impale support on our ballistas, huh? And then impale damage bonus or 10%. Wait. No, yes. Our puncture does benefit from impale damage, right? That person will lose a lot of blood per second. True. If anything, it's probably super with it just to toss on if you can stance swapping. It's an attack mastery node and onslaught. I mean, yeah. We're not doing this. This is kind of a meme. We're not actually going all this, but you know, it's a cool meme. Bleed mastery. Hold on. Faster bleed. Faster bleed. Bleed duration. Nah. Probably just get poison chance somewhere. That seems applicable because we're hitting it so often. So what we might do is like on our snaring arrow, we do something like chance to poison and impale. Chance to poison and impale on these. So I think it would benefit, right? Does our bleed damage change? It does. Okay, bleed damage does benefit from impale. Also, how did you think impale would work with bleed? I don't know. I just saw the impale DPS going up, but not bleed DPS. But yeah, indeed it does work. Okay, cool. How many impales do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 impales. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, 6 impales. This is assuming, by the way, 6 snipe stages. I don't actually know how long that is. It doesn't seem that bad. Oh, pinnacle boss, same DPS. OP. Okay, what else do we got here? We got a lot of points to spare. I see a lot of duplicate points here, though. Hold on. I see a lot of unnecessary points. What do we lose if we back out of, like, all of this? We lose not that much at all. Oh, just that note. Shoot. Now how much do we lose? Bleed TBS, we lose 2.1% per second. On a full DPS, though? We would lose full DPS, 2.2 per point. Okay, that's not worth it. Okay, cool. So now this is looking interesting. We have our leech just a little bit. Okay. So we need more impale. There's an impale thing over here, right? There it is. Chance to impale, impale effect. Impale overwhelm, chance to impale, impale effect. Okay. Probably don't need the impale gem then, but that's okay. Probably get mana and revelry to get our reservation. We need it somewhere, might as well be there. And we could come here, probably. 6 damage over time, overwhelm. 3.9 full DPS, 4.1, and 14.3. God damn. And now we get our physical masteries. So where is it? 6% damage over time multiplier for bleeding per impale on the enemy. We have to add this stat, right? Because it's red. So 6%, we have 6 impales. That's 36% increased. 2 damage over time multiplier. 2 damage over time multiplier. There we go. Nice. That's a big damage boost. Holy cow. Impale doesn't directly benefit bleed at all. I thought this was for whole Impale thing was for Fizz Mastery, but you started taking a ton of Impale nodes for some reason. Well, yeah. Hold on. Am I dumb? So in number of Impales on the enemy, if we have 1, our damage takes a huge nerf, right? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what is... That benefits, right? Thank you. That does benefit, right? Per Impale. Impale lasts an additional hit. That's fine. This is all fine, right? Overwhelm. Chance to Impale. Even if the Impale effect as a node isn't that important, which it isn't, I don't think this is that bad. How do you think Impale works? Bringing out paint. Wow, flashbang. Jesus Christ, that was bright. Okay, so hold on. So here is your enemy. Hold on. There's the enemy, right? Cute. So here, if you hit him, if you whack him, you get 1 Impale. Hold on, we'll just do an Impale graph here. We'll do Impale. Okay? So you have Impale graph, okay? My eyes! Impale graph, okay? If you hit the enemy, like, the whack, right? You hit him once, that has a stack of Impale. Every Impale has so many tallies on it originally. So you have 5, or whatever. You have 6 hits or something, right? Every individual hit is a reflection of the original damage of the Impale. So if you have 1 Impale stack, the second time you hit the enemy, the first stack loses 1 reflect, quote unquote, and the second stack starts. Then if you hit him a third time, it's the first one loses 1 stack, second one starts, and it kind of goes down the line. It's like a conga line. So by the 5th hit, I think 5th is normally where it stacks the max, I think. Something happens where the first stack, you can only stack so many times before it ends, and then it just goes away. And then a new system starts over and over, right? But we don't care about the original reflect damage because we're using Impale for the sake of the numbers, right? What I mean by that is we care more about what the stacks of Impale mechanically enable on the bleed than we do about the individual reflect damage. So when Master of Metal is taken, Impales you inflict last 1 additional hit, and you deal 6 to 12 added fizz damage for each Impale on the enemy. Because we have 6 Impale stacks, that means when we do our big Omega bleed, we have an added 36 to 82 flat physical damage on our bleed. That doesn't include things like a 1 in 5 chance that all of them get reflected immediately, which doesn't add that much damage, does it? Oh. That's not that important, is it? The Impale Mastery is okay, because that means that we have a theoretical chance to get another... Oh, hold on. Did we care about Impale Masteries? I think we do, right? I think that's how that works. I hope. Alright, what else do we got here? Before we start ruining my day, alright? Okay, so you're basically just using Impales for some flat fizz and the fizz mastery multipliers. Checks out? Yeah, that's the plan. But maybe I shouldn't be taking so many Impale masteries. Maybe all I need is that one, and I don't even need this one. But we do need a 100% chance to Impale, which is currently 100%, but that includes the support gem. Without the support gem, we have 20, 40, 60, 70% chance to Impale. So we need the Impale support gem, or we need this wheel. It's tomato, tomato. I think in the support gem, though. For 40 flat fizz, well, it also, because we're not a Crimson Dance build, Spin Dart, we need to do ensnaring arrows somewhere on the build. Might as well just be a champion and get a ton of armor while we're at it. I don't know why you're investing 1,000,000 points into Impale. Because it's hard, okay? God, building's hard in this game. I'm sorry. I don't know. Is there really no Impale mastery we benefit from? Enemies, Impale damage dealt to enemies impaled by you overwhelms 20%. That doesn't mean anything, right? Does that really not do anything? If we remove all of the impales, we multiply our reflected damage. No, it's probably not going to do much. Not unless we 6-link our ensnaring arrow ballistas to do, like, insane. Oh, enemy is poisoned. I need to do that. Hold on. Enemy is poisoned. There we go. That's another... Jesus. 22% more DPS I didn't have before. Okay. Anyway, so that's kind of the current plan. We got to think about what else we can do here. We need life nodes. Oh, and we also need petrified blood setup, which we don't even have yet. We do have we have 6 endurance charges, which is kind of cool. Oh, look, there's another regen node. What does this one do? Every 4 seconds, regen 15% of your life over 1 second. With petrified blood, I guess that's okay. Although, I mean, if you're gonna die from the dot damage, it isn't gonna be always over 4 seconds. But I guess it's cool. But we could invest in bleed and generic dot nodes for our bleed build instead of impale. Yeah, but I don't mind it. No. Every 3 seconds, consume a nearby corpse to recover 10% of life is kind of a meme. Although, is it? Hold on. It is kind of a meme. I'm trying to think about how to auto do this. But if we could find a way to automate corpses on a petrified blood build, this is okay, right? Because what are the chances on any dot from petrified blood you die within 3 seconds of the dot? Probably pretty good, right? Yeah, that's not always going to matter. The regen's good, though. I don't know if this is worth the 4 points, but it's cool. Is this a better one to get? Arcane Surge? Nah, probably not. Could get more reservation. I think that's worth it. Auras have increased effect. Usually I go to level 98 here. Probably want lower... No, we don't even need lower mana cost. We could invest in totem stuff too if it's really a problem. I don't think we would though. Totem placement speed's kind of cool. Otherwise we can get something over here. We don't need +1 max number of totems though. That's true. We could go precise technique if we get so much accuracy, but we'll see. We'll see. That's the rough outline anyway. Level 95 build. I don't know, this might sound like a shocking and unbelievable idea, but we could invest in bleed and generic Donna, though. Might have more ZDPS if he did that. What? Hold on, this is not a ZDPS build, okay? Look at this. That's 1.2 million damage over 6 seconds. 200,000 DPS for an extremely easy to craft bow. That isn't bad, right? What else? We don't even have a curse setup, guys. Look at this. Oh my goodness, we have to go Malevolence. I'm sorry. We have to go Malevolence, and we have to go, I don't want to go Pride. Don't want to go Skitterbots. It's got to be Vulnerability, right? Malevolence, and then probably on our chest piece, we have something like Hex Touch. Cannot support totems. No! Shit. Okay, we'll just have vulnerability somewhere on the build. We'll figure that out later. Maybe self-cast it. So 340,000 DPS. Can you hover over the bow for a second? Oh, sure. We have an essenced, a tier 1 physical damage essence with shooting for the suffix with bleed, and then crafted on % fizz at the highest level, which is a divine. That's our current like league start bow. It's not perfect. We'll probably buy a better one, but that's what I'm planning around. It's 420 physical DPS. I figure for a divine, that's an appropriate amount. Gooby does have trademark glass cannon ZDPS build to uphold. Noted. What? My builds are not. Oh no, I thought you said glass cannon like it had high DPS. I'm like, well, hold on, let's not get crazy, buddy. I'll stop being so mean, shall we? No, don't worry, it's fine. Jeez, we're here to have fun. Also keeping in mind that Asylum is not going to be what we use. So we do have a lot of flat evasion we don't normally have. But I'm assuming Snipe, because we don't have the numbers yet, I'm assuming Snipe is still going to have 40% less damage, and I'm assuming all other mechanics are the same, so it should be fine. Puncture, quality, doesn't really do anything for us, does it? Bleeding, oh, well, it does a lot. Oh, shoot. +1, I didn't even see the Anoint. What's the Anoint cost of multi-shot? Silver? Attack speed, and what's the other one? It's like down here, right? Master Fletcher is behind attack speed nodes, huh? So we do have the problem, chat, of clear speed. I'm thinking weapon swap, where we have two bows. We have our map clear bow, and we have a single target bow. That's my expectation, because bleed bows are not terrible to craft. It's funny when people say stop. I always think they are German, because it's actually the way how at least a lot of Germans pronounce it. Oh, because you can't say stop. You say stop. Why say the s sound after all? You guys ever hear Americans say the word? Also, we don't have petrified blood. What the heck? What the heck is going on here? The whole point of the build. Jeez. Not the whole point, but you get it. Petrified blood. There's one recovery mastery we do need, which is the +1. +1 all res? Is that anywhere here? Oh, yeah, there we go. Reservation mastery. So petrified blood, and we need vitality on a arrogance with a, oh god, I don't know what else even works for our build. Pride, we can probably fit pride somewhere. Pride and vitality, we have 50. No, that's terrible. That's right, it doubles. Shoot. Let's get pride over here. I don't want to go pride though. Oh, it's so cringe. I mean, it works, but it's cringe. I mean, it's a lot of bleed DPS. I just made my opinion auto mod. What? Excuse me, Jesus. All right, what auto modded? I hate German though. Oh, here, I'll allow it. I'll allow it. Oh, excuse me, I get so sneezy. So here's what I think, okay? We're gonna go puncture. We're gonna go ensnaring arrow totems. We're gonna go super defensive with like champion cuckoldry, as the kids say. The problem is we have 150% life, and I guess we are pretty defensive. My only issue is I want to get a physical mastery like that. And what I'm thinking is, because you get 40% increased here, I don't know, 10% more here. Oh, that's so much more damage. Dude, both of these things give me 10% more damage. Can you believe that? I have to go down this route. But the problem is we already have so much physical overwhelming that even against like pinnacle DPS, we already overwhelmed all of their armor, right? Oh, that's so good though. I don't know where else to fit it in unless we like really do drop our impale nodes. Which I guess we don't need. What is our chance to impale on a snaring arrow? 70%, 80 or 75, 85, 100. I think we have to go those three, but I won't get a mastery. So that'll open up. This actually is possible now. 95. We'll just beeline resolute technique and then fill out everything from here. This gives us 6.4% full DPS per point. That's pretty great. We need mana and life leech somewhere. Mana and life leech. Well, then I guess I didn't know Fonzie has... What? You're crazy. Okay, so here's the thing, chat. I think... Can we talk about Zuzarin for a second, guys? Just... Why does he think Ruthless is in any way prioritized? I thought Chris Wilson made it clear as day. Clear as could possibly be. Guys, Ruthless is not taking any real development time. And I don't think it has still. And I don't know what people are crying about, to be honest. I know I'm coming out strong against it, but like, I don't understand. What are people complaining about? What is Zizarin complaining about? Chris Wilson clearly said, like, hey, they found this in Ruthless, and we think it would work really well for the main game. So we're overhauling a lot of ascendancies, probably also PoE 2 there. And these two are ready. And I don't know. It's just, I'm so frustrated, guys. I want to talk with Zizarin about it. I wish I could just talk to him and be like, listen, I know you don't like Ruthless. I get it. But your experience in the regular game isn't being, like, diminished, right? There's no diminishment there. Chris Wilson and Writing Gear Games did say that, and it was, in fact, not true. I don't agree. Big racing events bring the community together. The big race in Ruthless is a bad play. Okay, at the risk of being controversial, there was a long period in Path of Exile's history where nobody cared about racing. Listen, you had race events way back in, like, Kriparian days, like, after, like, the beta-ish. And then you had racing events, like, starting in Scourge League or whenever the Ubers came out. And then people all of a sudden are, like, hardcore SSF racers. Back in my day, nobody played hardcore. Like, when I started really playing, right? Like, before Breach. Like, nobody really played. It was a meme, right? Like, oh, you're a sweaty hardcore player. Now, it's like, if you're not playing hardcore solo self-found in races, people don't care about your opinion about the game. It's so weird to me. When did this start? No, racing does not bring the community together. I don't care about racing. I don't think I have ever seen a Path of Exile. When I go to ExileCon in 4 months, on the second day they have a racing event, do you realize how much I'm not going to watch that? I didn't watch that. I'm not going to watch. You want to know what I'm going to do that entire time? I'm going to go around and ask people, hey, can I film you playing Path of Exile over your shoulder for the sake of my YouTube channel? And then they're going to probably be like, okay, yeah, that's fine. And I'm going to record it. I'm going to get as much footage of PoE 2, like actual gameplay of people playing it as possible, right? So that when I make content for you guys, I have like way variety of footage. And I would rather have that than, like, I don't know, watching a race? I don't care. A lot of people played hardcore back then. Hardcore fell off over time. Yeah, but then races came out again. I like that racism Ruthless because it makes it interesting, but I Am What the Bad Play was making it the goal of Uber, Eater, Exarch. Maybe that's fair, but I don't even think that is worth complaining about because it's like, there's no diminishment there. Zizarin may not like the mode, but to have the response of like, wow, GGG lied. They do prioritize Ruthless. It's so silly to me. This is why I want to talk to him. Like, I have to be misunderstanding him. There's no way his response to that is they care more about Ruthless than they intended. I don't get that vibe at all. GGG lied. People died. What? Because if I was you, would be crying right now. That's because I'm not your jungler. Huh? Racing sucks because I'm not good at it? My league jungler sucks. Oh, I get it. Because as a big streamer, he has the pressure from his audience and his peers. I like that the race in Ruthless because that makes it interesting. Ruthless sucks. Because a big streamer, he has the pressure from his audience and his peers. Zizarin? Hold on, I'm about to blow a gasket. Ziz is mad because Ruthless is boring him, and now he has to play Ruthless. Oh my god, okay. I'm just gonna say it. I have to fucking say it. Zizarin. Okay. Okay, let's be kind. Let's breathe before you say it, Gary, okay? Let's breathe. Okay. Zizarin might fancy himself as the guy who speaks on behalf of the casual player. I believe that in this specific circumstance, Zizarin is not speaking on behalf of the casual player. He is more speaking to the very specific audience of hardcore solo self-found players who also don't like Ruthless. That is the audience he is speaking on behalf of when he complains about grinding gear games this patch. I would love to talk to Zizarin about this, because I feel like his opinion is so broad in its criticism that the takeaway the average player actually gets, the casual player actually gets of the league, is far more severe than is necessary, or warranted in this case is a better word, is warranted towards GGG this patch. It is so wild of a claim to say that Ruthless is taking development time, because every post I have seen talking about the Discord, the alpha Discord for Ruthless, has said that there are a very small amount of developers developing Ruthless. One guy in particular, who I've never heard of before this, but whatever. One guy in particular who said, hey guys, Ruthless is not really getting the changes I want this coming patch, which was yesterday, but we're implementing some things. I had a personal thing going on. And the fact that that happened to one guy and Ruthless did not get the changes that he intended it to, and it's going to have to wait until next patch after ExileCon, that tells me that there are not these great development resources that Zizarin thinks is getting applied to Ruthless. And I think to imply that there is makes him come across like he kind of lost touch with the casual player. Because I believe that the casual player loves this new league. And the only casual players who don't saw Zizarin's Twitter. There. I said it. I said it. It was very, maybe a little preachy to the choir, but I don't care. I kind of see Zizarin. If Ruthless were truly a side project, changes to it wouldn't be delivered, shown along with main PoE changes. It's a mode of play in the game. What if, hold on, how about this, guys? What if Ruthless was a bigger success? Hi, Dragonkin, thank you for the pats. What if Ruthless was a bigger success than GGG intended? Does that mean they should never talk about it because they said it was never gonna be taking development resources? Obviously, right? Obviously, oh, obviously not. Obviously, they would put more resources to Ruthless the more people played it. If there were more people playing Ruthless in the original game, and I'm not saying that would ever happen, but if it happened, they would be developing it way, way more than they currently are, okay? That is not a promise they have to live by. They are not obligated to never talk about Ruthless again, okay? GGG can put all the balance changes they want in the Ruthless. They can add Eternal Orbs to Ruthless, and that would still not be necessarily breaking their promise, quote-unquote, about not taking development resources away from the original game. It drives me up the wall. Zizarin, 3 out of 10 announcement. I hate Ruthless. Gary, don't give your personal opinion because it makes PoE look bad. No, I never said that. I never said he couldn't give his opinion. My problem is he didn't qualify his opinion with, I hate Ruthless, therefore I did not enjoy the new patch notes because they don't apply to me. He never qualified anything like that. He said grinding gear games lied. They don't understand the casual player. These are accusations Zizarin is levying at GGG for the explicit purpose of getting them to put quote-unquote less resources toward Ruthless when they already have like almost a skeleton team on it. Not quite, but almost. I like all leagues, well except for those that shall not be named. Fair enough. People are indeed overreacting with the GGG lied about Ruthless? I believe so. Isn't Ziz technically right even if there's just one dude working on Ruthless? No! First of all, GGG is not held to like a sworn oath that they would never develop Ruthless, okay? If more people played Ruthless than casual play, by casual I mean standard Path of Exile, if more people enjoyed Ruthless, if that was the new default game mode, should we still never talk about it because they promised to never put development resources toward it? No, obviously not. What if, internally, Ruthless was a bigger success than they thought? What if the player retention on Ruthless was far higher than expected, even though the player base wasn't necessarily higher? Does that mean they shouldn't do development resources toward it? I think they should. Now, I have played Ruthless, and to be clear to everyone, okay? We played Ruthless last league, and you know what? I didn't really enjoy it. It's not my thing. I thought I would enjoy it more, but I didn't. I'm never gonna be mad with GGG's like, hey guys, we added a new skill gem to Ruthless specifically because they have a harder time getting support gems. Would I be mad at that? Well, not really. I don't have a diminished time with it. If it's a skill that would thrive without support gems, but with support gems it's like mediocre because it doesn't scale well, would I have an issue with that? No, because it's designed for another game mode. I don't believe that having other modes of play that I'm not happy about, that I don't enjoy, is diminishment to the mode I play. When Riot Games puts out a part of their balance patch, when part of a Riot Games balance patch for League of Legends says, hey, in ARAM, Nidalee does 10% less damage with her spear, but Ashe does 10% more damage with her volley compared to the main game. But I don't really like ARAM. I play it with like parties and all that for the sake of them, but I don't really go out of my way to play it, right? It's not really my kind of mode of play. I like the seriousness of ranked. Would I ever say, wow, Riot Games, there is diminishment in the way I play the game because you're wasting resources on a mode of play I don't like. And that means you're lying about something you said in the past about ARAM's not going to take significant development resources. Like, to me, it's that level of ridiculousness where I don't understand. Like, if I were Zizarin and I made a living playing Path of Exile and making content for Path of Exile, and I'm gonna have dinner with Chris Wilson and other GGG developers at Path of Exile Con, right? If I were Zizarin, okay, I would say something like, you know what? The Ruthless mode isn't for me. I'm gonna do it because I'm a racer, and so I feel like this is a challenge I need to overcome. Not really my favorite mode of play. It doesn't really excite me, but I'm still looking forward to other things to the patch. That would be a more accurate response than, wow, GGG lied. What a terrible patch. I hope I'm wrong. It's like, what? What if I grew wings and jet engine out of my ass? If only. Then they should declare that because Ruthless was a success, they should put real dev time toward it. Well, this is just like a hypothetical, right? I'm just saying that they are not, this is not a sworn oath, okay? If internally they're happy with the success of Ruthless and they think, you know what? We have this new feature for Ruthless. Let's add it. Should they not advertise it? Are people so hypercritical of GGG that, guys, I wish they put out manifestos. I wanted them to. That's my criticism of GGG. I want them to put out manifestos. I want people to take stuff out of context again, to think that things are nerfed when they're not when the whole patch notes comes out. I want people to do that, so they leave the game. I am so tired of this community, particularly on Reddit, but in this case, I guess Zizarin as well, because he's joining the crowd, I guess. I am so tired of these people taking something and just magnifying it and ignoring everything else about the league. And it's just like, I want them to release manifestos again, because these people need to leave. I am tired of them. I don't care. I don't care. I don't want to appeal to these people anymore. I don't want to have to frame everything as like, okay, guys, it's okay to get nerfed. Pat, it's okay. You get this other buff instead. I want to tell them no. Back in my day, when I played Path of Exile, and you had a skill that was overpowered, that shit got nuked to oblivion, and you would deal with it, okay? Change skills. Be better, okay? That's what we told people. Back when double dipping got nerfed, and Ignite and Poison were useless as, like, abilities, like, to scale damage, you know what people said? Oh, that sucks. And then they just moved on. When 3.0 hit, an Energy Shield got absolutely nuked to oblivion. Do you think Whispering Ice players were sad? Yes, they were. They went fucking berserker for Spell Leech, and then they passed through here and got a bunch of int and scaled it into intelligence with Shaper Gloves, okay? People adapt. People change. And you know what? If those people leave because they think Path of Exile is a game with a bunch of nerfs, I want them to, just so I can have my stupid manifestos back. So I don't have to dig into the stupid patch notes to realize, wow, CI is going to be really good this league. God. Back in my day, softcore and hardcore had different leagues, and the hardcore one I played always sucked ass. Yeah, true. I didn't like hardcore. I like dying occasionally. Well, I don't like dying, but I don't mind it. Wait, people actually read the patch notes? Today I did. Oh my god. I think people see it as an opportunity cost sort of way. Like, if GGG threw away Ruthless, they'd have time to fix Melee, regardless of whether this is true. If that's the case, I expect far more from Zizarin to be above that. I don't know what's going on in Zizarin's mind. I know he keeps qualifying everything he says with, oh, I could be wrong. But, like, to be clear, Zizarin is much better at the game than I am. And the fact that I am so happy I didn't post a video about yesterday. I am so happy I read the patch notes and I let it digest. And I kind of took the whole thing as a whole, as GGG intended this league, and just breathed. And then I just came up with an impale, like, totem build, or ensnare, impale totems with puncture, with snipe. And it's just, this looks so much fun. And it's a league starter. It's great. No new uniques required, a 420 DPS bow with an essence slammed on it. This is going to be great. I'm ready. 450,000 DPS with no other gear. Oh, I'm ready for this league, baby. Not even min-max. We have petrified blood going on, and I still have a bunch of reservation to use. But like this is fun. Look at this. 750 life regen with nothing else on the build. We could easily pop 1,000 regen per second. My dream patch is basically delete ascendancies and remove like 80% player power. I delete misreading map mod. No, I disagree, Mounthra. Also, hi, Mounthra. I disagree. I love ascendancies. I think they're great. Keep them in the game. I think if we talk about Ruthless for a second, what would make me love Ruthless? Because I didn't like Ruthless. It wasn't my thing. I thought I would. I thought I would love Ruthless, but it didn't really click with me. I think I'm okay with them adding a 4th point to ascendancy nodes, but just nerf the ascendancies. I'm okay with that. The reason why is because there's a lot of things like Slayer, for example. I would love 4 points, but just make it so like they're nerfed, right? Make it so that instead of super coal, it's just you have coaling or something like, or maybe 15% coal. Instead of like Brutal Fervor having 10% reduced damage taken while leeching, just remove that mod, let you have Overleech, and allow you to pick up Endless Hunger with like a nerf state. I would rather have the build options of 4 Ascendancy notables, just have them be less impactful. That would mean more to me as a player who could like Ruthless more, that kind of thing. But I don't mind Ascendancies. You want to check out my build real quick? Hell yeah, link that shit in chat. If you guys have like builds, well, hold on, let me be clear. If you guys have builds in POB that specifically use new things in the league, like new masteries or new support gems, I would love to see it. Ruthless is some developers having fun with PoE's code without fear of breaking the main economy and probably in their free time. You guys need to give devs time to have fun. Yeah, but like, they should have separate announcements and such for Ruthless. Mixing it with the main ones make players feel like there's a lot more time being put toward it, which is ridiculous, right? God, I want every fucking patch coming out to have a Ruthless section in it. I want it, chat. I want them. Oh, I want this, chat. I want them to put development time toward Ruthless. I'm probably not going to play it anymore, but I want them to have a section for it. So that way, people can just be okay with the fact that some developers don't like the current state of Standard Path of Exile, and maybe the players are wrong to disagree with that. I'm just throwing that out there. Maybe it's wrong. And before Gary accidentally deletes this cursed build when he imports, excuse me. This is fine. This is not a cursed build. This is a legit build, okay? I think this is good. Oh, sing it, chat. Ugh. Damn, that music is hype. Move side to side, let's go. All right, thank you. All right, let's save it. This is 3.21 League Starter. Save. All right, I don't know how import's gonna work here because we'll see. Hold on. Click. Copy. Import. Yes. Okay, what do you got? You broke it! Oh no, this is legit. I hope this is a legit. Okay, level 85. All right, what do you got? This is a animate weapon, Vol animate weapon probably? Okay. A lot of stuff. What kind of specters you got? Pale Angels? Wait, is this a Spectre build? Or are you just using Spectres for damage? Okay. Kind of cool. 2 million DPS, but that's dummy DPS with 14 animate weapons. And then you're triggering animate weapons during a boss fight with your imagination? Okay, unless I'm missing something, you don't have a way to trigger animate weapons. Which is interesting. I don't trigger it. They last almost 2 minutes. Ooh, that's gonna be spicy, because if you take out animate weapon from this whole DPS calculation, you have 180,000 DPS. Yeah, maybe if animate weapon is like literally more than 80% of your full DPS, you should probably have a way to trigger that somewhere. First, he brings 4 inventory loads to Maven. I use Spectre for shock. Oh, that's true. Wait, POB is updated with the new stuff? Yep, it is. I don't know if it's actually update manual here. I have a, well, special thing. It's a .lua that somebody made for the new POB, but I downloaded it yesterday. I don't know if POB has actually been updated yet. This is like a community fork of a community fork, and it has all the new nodes and everything, like recovery, mastery, and all that. As far as this build goes, 2 million is a little bit too spicy for me when it comes to like animate weapon builds. When I think of an animate weapon build, I want like 10 to 15 million minimum, okay? I don't, listen, animate weapon is such a clunky, it's not auto-updated in the community fork. Oh, well, there you go. When it comes to, yeah, I know you have no items, but still. When it comes to like, yeah, I mean, you'll probably meet it. But like, when it comes to animate weapon, when I think of animate weapon, I think of extremely clunky to like an unnecessary degree. Because of that, oh, are you using, oh, just a duration. Oh, I thought that was a link thing there. I was getting hyped for a second. When it comes to, also, why does Spiritual Aid give you 20% more DPS and you don't have it anywhere? What gets boosted? Oh, Fireball. Okay, never mind. Yeah. You don't want it because you have 10 times full Fireball going, so it's not actually fair. Also, wow, Fireball is a lot of your damage, too. That's like 900,000 damage. Are you sure you want to league start this, Sola? You have to keep it in Fireball because PoE has trouble with phantasms. Oh, I got you. Okay, sorry. Goes to show you how often I use Summon Phantasm. I don't know if I'm the best person to talk about with this. When I think of animate weapon, what is going on with your... What's going on with your ascendancies, dude? You feeling okay? You feeling okay there, Sola? I'm not the best person to give input on this. It seems good. Not how I would build animate weapon personally. If I did animate weapon, I would not go poison. I would go like, I don't know. There's got to be something weird you can do with it that isn't poison. Maybe I would go poison. I don't know, with like United and Dream. But like, at that point, why not just do SRS? I don't know. I'm not the best person to input on this. It seems fine. Just way more clunky than I would normally prefer a animate weapon build to be. Guys, should I spend $480 on the core supporter pack? If yes, try to sell it to me. I have it. You want to see it? Hold on. I'll show you. I'll show you in-game, motherfucker. I'll show you why you should spend $500 on this game. Because that is amazing. I love the pack. I still haven't actually redeemed my Void, my foil. Hold on, sorry. My game is patching? I still haven't actually, wow, what's going on here? Oh, it's updating the thing. Okay, that's right. I still haven't redeemed my Void or my foil unique thing yet. I might wait until PoE 2 gets added to the pool and then add like some unique that way. Here, we'll play it on my SSF HC character level 71. What the heck, Gary? All right, so look at this. Okay, first of all, you get this hideout. I just started mapping an HCS set. Don't judge. Look, we have a cool hideout. Whoa, it's amazing. And if we toggle zoom, boom, we can zoom in. Or if you're a weeb like me, boom, back out. Or if you're a PoE weeb, I'm actually not a weeb. All right, cool, right? And you get this cool little floaty armor set. Look how cool we look, chat. We're like a headless horseman. Oh, cool, right? Woo! I don't know. This isn't actually the set you get. I think the cape is different and stuff, and the helmet's different. But I don't know. You get like a cool floaty body armor, and you get to float around and do stuff, and it's kind of cool, right? I don't know. I think it's pretty sick. I don't know. I like this. Pretty hype, right? I think it's worth $500 personally, but I have spare income, so no judging. Swap the thing on your hideout, Gary, to show the map. Melly.
There isn't a map.
I'm in HCS the SEP. There was no map showing. But SRS, you need to cast it all the time. It's so cursed. Wait until you play Animate Weapon. Is there a reason you're running Chaos Golem over Carrion? Oh, it's in the gloves? Yeah. Yep. And then, Carrion Golem, where did you say that was? Chaos Golem, Spectre. Oh, yeah, Chaos Golem, or Carrion Golem should be in there somewhere. Anyway. Yeah, I don't know. It's okay. Sorry, the Scissorin thing is still triggering me. I'm sorry. I'm in a mood. All right. Next build. I think I am going to league start this bleed build because it's bleed snipe at like level 4. It's going to be amazing, right? I think we're going to do something like this. I still have to figure out reservations, but we can mess with that later. I think we are going Petrified Blood. Probably. Because there's some juicy regen nodes here. Like, that's a lot of regen. Like, if we throw on, like, I'm not saying do this, but if we throw on, like, a Stone Golem, we're going to be hitting, like, 900 health regen per second. Probably not doing that, but 750 to start. Pretty good, pretty good. And if we really wanted to, we can gut out of damage and go, like, here, but this is just a meme, right? And that way we would regen 1,000 life per second. Kind of cool. Ooh, starting league off dead. Can I see your config? In my case? Oh, we have this. We have endurance charges on. We have fortified, yes. We are not leeching. We have taunted an enemy recently. And we have impaled an enemy recently, because we will be. Oh, we don't even have pride at max effect. That adds another 20% more DPS. We just have an initial effect. We have snipe at stage 6. We're against pinnacle DPS, and that's it. Oh, and the enemy is poisoned. I don't know what this matters, but I guess the enemy is bleeding. Oh, whoa! Hold on a second! The enemy is always moving, because we have ensnaring arrows. 1.4 million. Boom. Boom. Wait, ensnare? What? What do you mean? Where do I add ensnare effect? Do I just go enemy is moving? I think I do, right? Skills of... Oh, number of ensnare stacks. Always add 1, I guess. At least 1. I mean, we're going to have like 15 by the time it actually strike, but just 1. There we go. 1.4 million DPS. That's pretty fucking good. That's pinnacle DPS too. Ugh, I told you it was a good build. Ah, you guys didn't believe me. You guys didn't believe me. All 17 people watching right now, none of you fucking believe me. I think this is gonna be a great league starter. Bleed bow with snipe. Oh baby, I'm gonna do it. I just added like 3 times my DPS I didn't even know existed. 11 million DPS bleeds over like what, 8 seconds? Wow. This is going to be delicious. This is also, by the way, not even our highest level support gems. I'm using Chance to Bleed because we want Flat Fizz on our league start. But, like, you could go, like, Cruelty, get another, I don't know, 7% more damage. And we're using a 5 link, by the way, because Snipe is going to be the last link. We're just putting in our Assalium right now. I decided to start Toxic Rain Raider in Ruthless Boss Kill Race because I'm a fool and I want to try to race since nobody is participating. Megami! Do you stream Megami? I would be super curious to pop in at League Start. Say hi. I hope you win it when nobody else participates, Megami. I'm rooting for you. Hell yeah, go for it, buddy. And Megami, if you get 3rd place and get the ticket to ExileCon, let me know. We'll meet up to have like dinner or something. I would love to have dinner with a bunch of people. I don't know. Guys, hold on. Anyone who's going to ExileCon, is there like a Discord to like meet people or something? Because I want to. I want to meet people there, and I don't know where to like meet up with people. I want to like go to dinner or like go to Weta Workshop. I'm a VTuber too. Oh, that's right, Megami. Oh, I'm so sorry. We've talked about this before. Scissorin is triggering me so much I can't even like remember my own audience. Apologies. My crude gladiator tree has around 2 million, but I can't figure out how to make the clear not look horrendous. Oh, that's right. That's another problem. The way we're going to clear, I think what we're going to do is just bow swap. So what we'll do is we'll have a bow for clear with like, using the new league mechanic, by the way. We're going to have a bow that specializes, because these physical Harbinger bows are so easy to craft, it's just tier 1 essence until you get bleed mod and then craft it on % fizz. We could easily, guys, you don't understand how much better this bow could be. If we get hybrid fizz tier 2, we get 20% more DPS. We go up to like 1.7 million. Pretty good. Anyway, these bows are so easy to craft. All we need is just 6 Link Harbinger bow bases or something, and that's it. We just need the 6 Link base, which isn't too bad. Like, what, 2 or 3 days? You get a couple of divines going. We could buy those. That ain't too bad. They're super easy to craft anyway. So what I'm thinking is we bow swap. We have a clear one that focuses. Maybe we get like a bow with like movement speed or something from the League mechanic, and another one for just pure single target. And on the clear bow, we do, instead of Vicious Project Deadly Ailments, we do GMP or something. Or like less chance to bleed or something. We'll just do like GMP Pierce or something like that. Just allows us to clear easily. And all we have to do is just press a button and we got clear, baby. How expensive is your plane ticket, Gary, if you don't mind? I live in the Pacific Northwest, so my plane tickets to New Zealand aren't that bad. And I happen to have went to flight school and have met current pilots in the system, so they guided me where to buy tickets the best. My tickets there and back were $1,300, and I got a very good deal on it. Otherwise, it would normally be like $1,500 to $1,700 where I live. By the way, did you look at Dance of Blades Cluster? Dance of Blades. What's this? Oh, hold on. No, I haven't. I was at work when I read these, but maybe I did on the patch notes. Oh, cooldown recovery for patch. Yeah. Okay, we saw it. This is the Onslaught one. Okay, if you guys don't know why this is hilarious, so there's a meme going around where, hey, there's a mastery in the game that was like, hold on, Duren. There. There's a meme right... Oh, wait, no, not that. There it is. Okay, there's a meme right now where if you look at the attack mastery, it says gain adrenaline for 1 second when you change stance. So if you have the reservation for 10% res called, whatever, you switch stances, right? Blood and Sand stance. If you have that and you have, some other thing that reduces the cooldown by 50% that I forget where, and you have, Onslaught on change stance recently, and you have Champion, what you do is you every like 1 second, like 1.05 seconds, you re-trigger the stance change, you get adrenaline, you heal for 25% of your total life pool, remove all ailments and burning, gain Onslaught, and you just have adrenaline for a second, and there you go, and you just do that every second, and you just have near perfect adrenaline. Meme, insane early game speed and damage is a meme. You don't need Champion. Yeah, but Champion is like, makes it a meme. I don't think it's that great. I think people are severely overestimating this. You want to know why? Here's why. You can't auto-change stances with left click. You have to release the mouse button and click down, which means every second you're like this. Hold on, I'll put the mic next to my mouse. It'd be kind of stupid, right? You have to release the mouse every time. So it sounds too frustrating for me to care. Corky, hi Corky Bug. Wow, our viewership's all over the place. It's like we peak at like 18 viewers, we go down to 10, we float around 13. We're all over the place. Don't you have like more miles to fly? What? My prediction is 1.2 thousand round trip. No, it's 1.3 thousand. Why do I pay 1.5 for a ticket to Canada? Because you live in Germany. Hi, Corky Bug, how am I? I'm fantastic. Went on a little bit of a rant on Zizzarin just a little bit ago, but besides that, doing pretty well. Do we need the leech? We have to have the leech, right? We don't need it for the health. We need it for the mana. Oh, also, goddamn. Okay, there's 2 builds I want to make. Maybe they're the same. I want to do a dual-wielding claw build with that focuses on leech, so we have 30% leech per claw, which is pretty awesome. And yeah, that's pretty cool. And I also want to do a CI build. These might be one and the same, probably not, but I want to do a CI build of some kind. But we have our ranged build. That's done. All right, cool. 1.4 million without really min-maxing it at all. Let's do our next one. What should we do? Do we want to make this one a Saboteur using the new thing? Is there any kind of claw build that dual wields that we want to use Saboteur for? Is there anything with dual wielding claws that would want cooldown recovery rate? Oh, Lord, I don't even know. We're not going to do a stupid cast on crit build with them. I heard numpad works with stances. Not if you're a streamer and you're not allowed to do that. Exactly. You either click every second or you use macros. Numpad didn't work, just tested. Sure. Maybe not. I don't know. I'm a streamer. I'm not allowed to do that. Anyway. Now with... Okay, Saboteur. I thought a lot today, guys. When I'm sitting there in front of these patch notes and I'm not hate reading Reddit, I thought a lot about these trigger bots. So there are two problems with trigger bots that I can tell, okay? Trigger bots are always in the worst position. And what I mean by that is when you're running around, they trail you. And when you go up to a pack of enemies, they run into the pack of enemies. And I think that is the worst of both worlds. Either you would want them to always be behind you no matter what, or always be in front of you, like ready to jump on enemies. But the fact that they are sometimes behind you and sometimes like close to the enemy makes them very hard to like build around. Because if you go like Frostbolt Ice Nova memes, basically what I'm saying is you want a build where you benefit from the trigger, but you want these triggers to not be on the bots, which is very limiting. The only thing that comes to mind is Frostbolt Ice Nova, where you can do, like, Intuitive Link, where you could do something to trigger the Frostbolt somewhere else, and have the trigger bots do the Ice Nova. So if you guys don't know what's going on here, is that trigger bots doing Ice Nova is pretty amazing, because, one, you don't have to worry about where they're located, because as long as they exist, they trigger on the Frostbolt. Two, it's really nice because normally when you have a Ice Nova out, here's how it goes. If you don't have any Frostbolts out and you just trigger an Ice Nova around you, it goes off once. If you have a Frostbolt out, or two of them, two Frostbolts out, what happens is, and you cast one instance of Ice Nova, it triggers twice. Cool, right? So if you do a normal cast on crit build with Ice Nova Frostbolt, you're triggering two Ice Novas every time you crit with the attack to cast Ice Nova. Pretty amazing. Trigger bots add another layer of multiplication on top of it. Every trigger bot is an instance of an Ice Nova, meaning if you have Frostbolts out, every trigger bot is triggering that individual instance of Ice Nova, so they cast it again. So in other words, if you're doing that same cast on crit Ice Nova build and you have Frostbolts out, you're actually triggering it every 4 times per crit instance. So it effectively doubles your DPS, ignoring the 35% less damage part. The only problem is quality of life. How in the hell do you get a Frostbolt to auto-cast, not from you, or excuse me, not from trigger bots, but from another instance? Because you can't just cosprease this, right? That's not how this would work. If you cosprease this, you have the problem where the trigger bots are located, right? Because they are going to trigger the Frostbolts. So if they're behind you and you like leap slam into a pack and you cyclone, the Frostbolts are not coming out immediately. So the damage is delayed. So the build is a lot more dangerous than usual. So if you're going to do this Ice Nova meme, which I do really want to do because it seems like it would work well, you need to find out a way to trigger Ice Bolt without actually having the trigger bots cast it, which is going to be difficult. That face when Gary tells you your build is bad, I cry. Oh no! I was looking at Flicker Strike, cast on crit. Cat Kills! Oh no, your name is very similar to one of my best friends, Katie, and she's a VTuber. Katie Kills says, I was looking at Flicker Strike, cast on crit Ice Spear because it looks like the bots were always way behind you in the video. That sounds great until you realize that after your third Flicker Strike, they're going to be on the enemy with you. I don't think there is a shot in hell that they are going to stay behind you the entire fight to use Ice Spear. I think Ice Spear is terrible with these. I don't think these are worth it at all, for Ice Spear anyway. Because Ice Spear, you want distance, right, in order for it to benefit from the extra crit. I don't think I would ever use these with Ice Spear. It's too unreliable. Now, to be fair, maybe I saw the video and maybe I don't understand how AI works in this game. To be fair, they could always be behind you at a distance, in which case that would be great, but I don't think that's the case. That's my biggest fear about going Ice Spear with these. That's why I don't want to league start it, because I gotta see the AI. If it does work how I think it does, which is they stay behind you when you're running around, and then they jump on the pack as you find the monsters, which is not a great AI, you gotta be super careful about what you trigger. All I remember is seeing trigger a level blank arc on crit. Does anyone remember where this is at? It could be good with this. In Diablo 2. It seems to be the same AI as Skitterbots. No. In which case, Ice Spear would be terrible with them anyway, right? You would never use this with Ice Spear, is what I'm saying. Which means you need to be super careful. So the question is, if we do this, if it works how I think it does, how would you auto-trigger the Frostbolt for quality of life and not have it trigger from the Skitterbots? The only thing that comes to mind is Animate Guardian. Because the Animate Guardian can do some funky stuff. And I think you could get it where the Frostbolt originates from the Animate Guardian and not from your trigger bots. But I think you have to have like 2 uniques to pull that off, right? I'm trying to think of the names. It's so complicated. Lightning Conduit's a bit clunky for triggers because it adds cast time to the trigger cooldown. Though I suppose with all that CDR, it's not too bad. Well, my biggest fear about melee cast on crit with Saboteur and these trigger bots is that it's way more dangerous. Because when you jump into a pack and you start cycloning, it's not like current cast on crit Ice Nova with Cyclone where you just instantly burst everything around you. It's you cast, you attack, you spin around like an idiot, and the bots cast their stuff, but they're like at a distance. And if you have Frostbolts, they're not going to reach the enemy instantly, so you're just going to get whacked every pack. That's my biggest fear about that. Now, that isn't to say you even have to go trigger bots. You could go like Explosive Expert, Bomb Specialist, Born in the Shadows, like clockwork. But, you know, you have a trigger bots. It's the new thing. You gotta have fun with it. The real question is, can you cast when damage taken to Righteous Fire so they burn people with it? I don't think so. And if they do, it would not actually do any damage, or maybe outside of the base damage, because they don't have health. Yeah, I don't think it works at all. I do think that something that auto-triggers, like... No, I don't think Righteous Fire works at all. In fact, I don't know if, yeah, I'm just gonna say it doesn't work. I don't think it's worth your time. Also, Conduit would be pretty bad with double triggers. Yeah, true. Yeah, but it would look awesome. I mean, wouldn't you rather have, like, Death's Oath? I do think Death's Oath would work, but it only does, like, 1 stat. Because you have 2 trigger bots, and you have Death's Oath aura, the chest, that does chaos damage over time. I think that would work. However, 2 things. 1, I think you have to unequip and re-equip the chest in order to even use it, because I think it auto-triggers, right? 2, the auras don't stack. It would be, like, 1 aura. RF is applied to the player like BB, so it would just give you RF twice. Kind of what I figured. But Death's Oath is different, right, Fonzie? It's not applied to the player. You can do that on there. I'm still trying to do a Death's Oath build. It's cool. But that's kind of my fear here, is that I think trigger bots are going to be great if you can get around... If you can get them to trigger something that doesn't trigger based on their location, so they're just, like, in free aura, then it's fantastic. But otherwise, I'm kind of hesitant about it. Like, what kind of spells can you auto-trigger that you can spam that are independent of your location? Like, the one thing that comes to mind is, like, a Nova skill with the One Ring. Projector. Astral Projector. If you can get, like, a Nova skill to trigger with that, that would be good. DO does trigger when equipped, Death's Oath, but it's probably applied to the player too. I will have to experiment, Fonzie, but I'm pretty sure it's different from Righteous Fire. I'll almost guarantee you it should be able to work on these trigger bots, but we don't know. It's not that great anyway, but... Storm Cascade? No. Storm Cascade originates from a location, all right? Don't tempt me, okay? It wouldn't work, all right? A guy has a dream. Also, by the way, Storm Cascade would, in fact, be stronger this patch. I'm just putting that out there. Why would it be different? Because I am full of hopium for this patch. This patch is going to be fun. Can we just gush about the new League mechanic for a second? Oh my god, I am so excited. Guys, do you remember that minion mod you saw on the wand and the League announcement? Where it was like, your minions take 15% more damage and have like 16% attack speed? Guys, minion instability, new unique helmet. If that is unique to, like, what if you have like a minion wand a minion shield and the new helmet, and they all have that mod, your minions take like 48% more damage, which means you don't need the scepter anymore. You don't need the unique scepter. You can have like whatever mods you want on anything. You don't need the stupid Malagaro shield. All you need is just, well, no, I guess you would want the scepter anyway, huh? If you're okay with giving up a gem slot, I guess, for the burning, but I guess you would have to have the scepter. But it does free up the shield slot at least, which is kind of cool. I think minion instability is worth looking at. I can't wait for you to barely get to maps with 2 characters again. Truest hope. No. That was Ruthless Gary. This is 2023 Gary, okay? This is 2023 Gary. This is new Gary, all right? New Gary is going to take no shit anymore. He's just going to make builds he wants to make, all right? We're going back to the old days. Go back to the old days where I just make any build I want with Trade League and we just make videos on it. Maybe Trade League is great for me and great for you by proxy because you guys get more content out of it. If I can just get to maps that much quicker and just get the gear I want and just do content, maybe that's the better way to do it. We're gonna try to leave SSF, go into the world of Trade League and do some weird stuff. Oh, another thing that bothers me. Oh my god, this is another trigger. Oh my god, there's so much at Reddit I was just hate reading at work. I was like silently talking to myself about like dumb stuff Reddit was saying. Pathfinder is insanely strong, and Poisonous Concoction, yes, got nerfed, but not as much as you guys think. Yes, Poisonous Concoction, if you played Pathfinder, is nerfed. If you completely ignore every mastery on this goddamn tree. Guys, Flask Mastery got remade. One of them says, gain 25% chance to gain a flask charge when you deal a crit. So hypothetically, if you got that and you triggered, say, if you have, I'm imagining like a well-built Poisonous Concoction character. If you have a Poisonous Concoction character that invests in crit and you have 4 flasks that you throw, one of them is going to give you a flask charge back, pretty much always, if you crit enough, which you should. And you get any bonuses the Pathfinder gives you, like 50% chance not to consume charges. And, oh my god, there's so much here. Increased effective wither. You get, flash charges gained. I don't know. I think this is great. I think this is fantastic. I wouldn't go for Master Distiller, but I do think, I think you can sustain flash charges just fine. I think this is okay. Playing Poisonous Concoction this patch is inting? It's not. It's fine. Yeah, it's weaker, I'll admit that. But guys, it's Poisonous Concoction. It's like one of the best league starters for like 2 years. Ruthless Reality punched him so hard he skipped SSF and is going directly to trade. Pepe hands! Missing out on skill tree from main hand? Missing out on skill tree from main hand. Huh? I wonder if it has the same internal cooldown on gaining charges as Master Surgeon. We don't know. But even if so, it's not that bad. You get 1 flash charge per jump. And again, I am saying this is a nerf, but it's Poisonous Concoction. It was good anyway. Also, regular Concoction, the first one, Explosive Concoction, that got buffed. So you're doing more damage, so you need less projectiles anyway. Do the same amount of damage. I think you underestimate the drain of throwing so many flash charges away. Maybe. But it was also Poisonous Concoction and it needed to get nerfed anyway. This is why I want manifestos. God, they would have explained this, but no. Everybody's gonna be like, oh, they're nerf league. People still need to do calculations if scaling damage on Poisonous Concoction is going to be better than scaling the projectile, or if it's a nerf and how big it'll be. What if it's the case, and I'm not saying it would be, what if it's the case that Poisonous Concoction is now like a mid-league kind of build where you want to invest in crit and you want to scale like crit multi with damage over time with like clusters and stuff, and that's how you sustain, and you have less projectiles thrown, and that's how you sustain the flasks. Would that be better for you guys, or does Poisonous Concoction need to be one of the best league starters forever? He's saying that Poisonous Concoction makes you lose a whole weapon tree with the Crucible mechanic. You get a shield. Come on. You guys still get to participate, all right? You need to be unarmed for Poisonous Concoction, so you're missing out on weapon skill trees. You get a shield. You guys get to participate. What the heck? You guys get some great... You guys get 12% movement speed if you want it. Well, not if you have Dex, but still. You need to be unarmed for Poisonous Concoction. Yeah. Manifestos were actually good to read and give you an idea where the game was heading. Yeah, I loved them. But, you know, I'm also not thinking that... I'm not going to keep calling him out. I can't! No drama with Zizarin. I would love to talk to him. We'll leave it at that. Poisonous Concoction definitely got hit a bunch. Losing 20% poison duration is also tough. Not if you use Alchemist Mark. Don't actually play Alchemist Mark with Poisonous Concoction. Don't do it. But I would love... Oh, yeah. Poison Masteries got remade. Man, there's so much to talk about. Where is it? 12% to damage over time multiplier you inflict on bleeding enemies is okay. Enemies poisoned by you cannot deal crit is pretty great. But you lose duration, which is fine, because on Firestorm, Volker's Guidance, Poison build with Alchemist Mark, that is actually a net gain. It got buffed. You get a shield. Oh. Gary be like, I just want to talk to him. I just want to talk to him. I do want to just talk to him because, goddamn, he plays the game totally different from me. I look at this league and I get hyped. I'm so excited, but I also had the chance, unlike people who make a living play in this game, I'm not obligated to post content like 30 minutes after my initial feelings to the league, because my opinion has changed, right? Over the last 24 hours, my initial opinion when the league launched, because I didn't even read the patch notes yet, was like, okay, the league mechanic looks amazing, the masteries look okay, and the skills are just lackluster to me. Like, that was ultimately my opinion, but then I read the patch notes, and I'm like, oh my god, this is amazing! I love this league! I'm super excited. But you also saw Ruthless and got hyped? Yep, I did. I was disappointed in the end, but it's not like the end of the world. I'm still gonna love the game. This is one of my favorite video games, guys. If there's a mode I don't like, I'm not gonna think, oh, this wasted time. Ugh. I just think it's a bit weird you minimize the impact on normal builds when I haven't seen you get beyond early yellows. First of all, I'm on the record getting into tier 16s and doing all that shit, okay? I've been there. We're going back to Trade League 2, so maybe that'll be helping. Minimize the impact on normal builds? Okay, when we say, to be clear, when we say minimize the impact on normal builds, we are talking about builds like Poisonous Concoction, widely regarded as one of the best league starters in Path of Exile for the last, like, I don't know, 18 months, 24 months? It's okay, it gets obliterated. It's fine. I have never looked at any, like, listen, my favorite skill in the game, probably, right now, is Lightning Warp. Lightning Warp Mine specifically. One of my favorites. If I can like a build that is widely regarded as atrociously bad and nothing else, I think Poisonous Concoction fans can deal with playing a different skill for a bit. It's okay. It's fine. Things get nerfed. It's okay. For every Poisonous Concoction build that got obliterated, there's like 20 more builds that got enabled. Think about how stronger CI is going to be. Oh my god. Dude, CI is going to be so much fun this league. By normal, I mean builds that normal players play, not 110,000 DPS, 0 defense. Excuse me, every time you said 100,000 DPS, I think I have obliterated that marker. My league starter I just showed you was like, how much was it? It was in the millions. My Puncture Snipe character, 1.4 million to start the league. Ain't bad. Ain't bad at all. 420 DPS for Fizz is not that hard to get, okay? I think it's going to be just fine. I think this build's going to... And that, we don't even have Petrified Blood up yet. Oh, it's going to be great. But, like, there's so much to be excited about. I don't know what people are complaining about. Like, okay, I expected, like, a response like, oh, yeah, Poison Concoction got nerfed, but look at this other thing. Oh, I'm hype about that. That's how it used to be. It used to be so much more fun, guys. It used to be so much more fun to have a balance overhaul in the league. Everybody wanted that meta shakeup, but it's like, oh, no, not like that. That's how I feel about it. That's how I feel is happening. It's like, everyone wanted that big meta shakeup where every skill's viable and strong skills are nerfed, and then everybody's like, no, don't obliterate it like that. I wanted that. I don't get it. I don't understand. With 0 attack speed, 0 clear, and you charge it for 3 seconds to shoot the target. Excuse me. First of all, Snipe does not require you to charge for 30. You can do it relatively instantly. And we're going to bow swap to get clear. And we don't need that much attack speed anyway. We're a bleed build. My league starter is going to be Frostblades. Oh, you mean Frostblades that benefits from the new Dagger Mastery? 50% increased projectile speed while wielding a dagger. Oh my goodness, it's almost like there's a ton of new stuff to play in this league. Oh my goodness, there's so much cool stuff. I love it. I love it, guys. I love this league. It's gonna be so much fun. Bow swap? Hell yeah. Guys, call this controversial. I want to be on the record with this, okay? I think that weapon swap is still one of the most underutilized mechanics in all of Path of Exile. I also think that Path of Exile 2 is going to have an ascendancy, or at least like an ascendancy node, where like every time you weapon swap, you gain like some temporary bonus. I think that will absolutely happen. You do need attack speed for snipe. If you played Asylum Helmet, it feels absolute ass without it. Or else you're going to be charging snipe and die because you're channeling. Oh, guess what? It's almost like there's a new mechanic in the game. A new mastery. Where is it? Where is it? Where's the mastery? Where is it? I know it's there. Two-handed mastery. Look at this. Wait, no, that's not it. Although melee did get buffed, because now you get free intimidate just always, as long as you have ruthless procs. Where is it? Oh, there we go. 5% increased attack speed per enemy in close range. So if we are in that situation where we're getting swarmed by like 15 white mobs, is 150% attack speed not enough? Like, we could easily get that. On our build, we do get, we're right next to the, well, I don't know if we would get this one. Probably not. But we are next to different attack masteries, like right, here? Nah. If we had to, we'd probably get, probably this one, because it's the only one that does melee anything. Well, maybe we wouldn't get that. No, you're right. Yeah, we don't really benefit from any of this, do we? Okay, fair enough. Maybe we do need attack speed. Yeah, okay, we can't really get it. Oh, it's good for slam builds. By the way, slam builds would be pretty alright. That 5% attack speed per enemy in close range makes your slam build so much funner to map with. Gary sounds like a person trying to convince himself. No, you guys need to meet more positive Path of Exile people. Alright? You guys are hanging around with too many Zizarins in your life. Adopt more Mathels, okay? Life is too short to not be happy about everything in life, okay? All you're theorizing is Gary the Storm Cascade is hell. If you're standing still next to a boss plus a million mobs surrounding us, you can get slightly more quickly charge up in a single direction shot. It's, if we're against the boss, we're going to have a different kind of bow. You guys are killing me here. Preach. Hold on, Hori, hi. By the way, my 100% was meant for weapon swapping. I know. I'm sorry, I'm not basing my build based on close range. I mean, I would absolutely be great or terrible. Yeah, well, you know, for slam builds, they would like it. But I think this build's fine. I think it's a good league starter. Now, let's actually make a new build, because you guys are distracting me. All right, what do we got here? Hierophant gets better Arcane Surge, which didn't really change at all, but it's always going to be good, right? New Saboteur, new Pathfinder. I kind of want to do a new Pathfinder, because everyone's memeing about, like, how bad, like, Nature's Adrenaline is and stuff. So I'm almost wondering if we could do something weird. Can we do, like, a non-poison Pathfinder? Would that be sick? Master Distiller is kind of a meme. Is kind of a meme. I don't know if we would do all three. I feel like we could do the Bismuth Flask, because we could easily replace that with a Wise Oak, right? And just get, like, insane Elemental Pen. What is that, 40% Elemental Pen? 35%? I think it's 35% Elemental Pen. Explosive Concoction Pathfinder should be easy. No, I don't want to do... Although, I kind of want to do a Concoction build, just because everyone's memeing on the charge increase. Everyone's memeing on, like, oh, you lose things per, like, projectile. I kind of want to do it just to, like, prove it can be done. If we did Explosive Concoction Pathfinder, we would go Nature's Boon, a Master Alchemist, Master Distiller, Nature's Adrenaline, and lose out on Master Surgeon. It's kind of cool, though. So Nature's Adrenaline, Nature's Boon, Master Alchemist. We would get 30% increased flask charges gained. 15% increased, 20% increased flask applied to you have increased effect. And 8% increased flask effect duration. So let me think. Well, no, we can't use explosive concoction with Master Distiller, can we? Let's ruin it by over-investing in a side mechanic. Ha! Gary, you gonna complain 7 days into the league that you don't get to experience weapon trees if you go concoction? No, you go shield. Guys, you get in a shield slot. You get to experience the league in your shield slot. You still get to upgrade your shields. You still get your offhand upgrades. You can still do it. Hell, you can still upgrade your weapons too. You just do it in your offhand. You can just have your shield in your main hand, and on your off weapon swap, you can have like a weapon that you can do if you really want to, right? You can still get to experience it. You can still, in fact, if you do explosive concoction, you can make more currency because your league mechanic, at least in your weapons, are gonna go for like selling stuff, like divines and all that, right? I'm just saying. And then you're gonna show us your subpar shield covered in copium. I might just go explosive. We can't go Master Distiller with explosive though, can we? Because with explosive, we want a lot of flasks here. I'm thinking Master Surgeon then. So we would go Nature's Adrenaline, Master Surgeon, Nature's Boon, Master Alchemist. And we would do that and just get all explosive concoction stuff going. Explosive concoction. Let's do this. Where is my music? Let's do this one. We're gonna go Diana on Riot Games Sessions. Copium? Don't be. Look at this new guy. Hold on. Come here. You're gonna come right here. Come here. Listen, new guy. Don't come in here giving me copium. Okay. Listen. Oh, we don't have copium here. We have hopium. All right, chat. We got hopium here. All right. Don't stare me. Don't stare me. Gary, you're ruining the fourth wall. I know, chill. You're still doing it. Yeah, I know, it's okay. I'm waiting for the first time Gary proves himself to chat. Excuse me. Shit. No, I did. It wasn't Path of Exile related, though. New people will never know about Storm Cascade. They don't need to know, okay? Listen. In order to make good builds in this game, you gotta make bad builds. You gotta have some rainy days in order to have some sunny days. Some people are great at building in this game. Some people do Storm Cascade builds. We are doing all flasks, of course. This isn't really a 1-for-1 because it's not 3 charges of 1 flask of each valid type. It's 1 charge from each flask per projectile. Which means we gotta go projectile memes, boys. Greater volley. Let's just do 5. No, we want regular volley. We want regular volley because what we're going to do is just have 3 to start. So right now it's a net neutral. In fact, it's actually a net buff compared to the current explosive concoction because you have same flash charges but more damage. Dr. Mayonnaise made me Brock. Mayonnaise and broccoli don't go together, but yeah. Also, I thought about making the screen a little bit less bright, a little darker, a little more contrasty, but we'll see. And some people do Storm Cascade while sharing chat. It'll work until they get there. It worked for like a level. Correct color for poisonous concoction hopium. So what I'm thinking is we go what I was guessing, which is crit. So let's go crit strike affliction. Increased crit strikes. Do we need cruelty on these? Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. Hold on, I'm so dumb. We're not going ignite. We're going just, never mind. I'm so stupid. We just want increased crit strikes. We want no swift affliction. We just want LE damage with attacks. Man, it really wants to lean into that. Explosion, huh? Oh, because we have a ruby flask, huh? Well, we don't need rubies then, do we? Never mind. We're gonna go sapphire topaz. It's been a long time since I've done anything explosive concoction related. We're not scaling ignite here. Sapphire topaz, which it still wants me to go ignite. So let's go inspiration into Inspiration. Well, Empower is interesting. Wow, this is all damage over time. What the hell? Enemy is not ignited, is it? Wow, it really wants me to go Ignite here. Like, really, really bad. I think it's because I have really low accuracy. That's my guess. It's because I have such low accuracy. Probably faster attacks is the way to go. Trinity? Trinity would be pretty good. Yeah, okay. We'll go Trinity. And then this is 50. Cool. Just so you know, mayo goes with anything. I hate mayonnaise. I don't like it. And with that, I'm off. Good night, lads. Happy POE crafting. I'll see you later. Sorry. Thanks for stopping by. My hideout is complete. It took way too long. When the league starts, invite me, Spindart, and we'll look at your hideout. Where are the pictures? No. I want to see it live. I think hideouts are so much more impressive when you can see it in person. Okay, so let's go Ranger, Pathfinder. We're Explosive Concoction, regular volley, because we're gonna get +2 on the tree, and we're gonna go like for an on-hit like Trinity setup. I don't think I would go Ignite with this. I don't think. Maybe Ignite would be better. Hold on. Maybe Ignite is better. So that way, well, if that's the case, do we want to go Master Distiller? Let me think. If we go Master Distiller, we would get 20 Elemental Pen, which is kind of okay. Or maybe not. We'll just go for Life Regen. Maybe that is better. It allows us to go... Oh, no. Wait, hold on. God, there's so much about this thing. Explosive Concoction has a good Ignite, but you can't really do the Cold and Lightning damage, right? It's all just the Ruby Flask. Because that doesn't add anything unless you're an Elementalist, right? So let's not go Ignite, because I want to go Flask Regen meme. So let's not do that. So we're going to go Nature's Boon, Master Alchemist, Nature's Adrenaline, Master Surgeon. Master Surgeon. 3 flasks, increased flask duration, increased effect of flasks. Although I do really want that flask charge gain, so maybe we're obligated to go out of this and into this. Oh, no, we do want Master Distiller. Because if we're not going Ignite, I do want the Elemental Pen there on the Bismuth Flask. So our flasks would be Health Flasks, Cold Flask, Lightning Flask, Bismuth Flask, Mana Flask? Maybe we can get mana figured out. But, which should be pretty easy. And then that's how we do it. And we just consume 20, we get 20 Elemental Pen generically. That's pretty good. Screen share on Discord. I'm literally bored and have a headache not knowing what to do. Probably going to go to sleep and cry myself to sleep. Oh, I'm sorry, Melly. Jeez. Sorry you got to go through that. So if we're doing... I don't know if I want to build it right now, but I feel like Explosive Concoction is not as bad as people think. I don't think so. Especially if you get the +2 pro... Oh, you don't get +2 proj. You just get +1 proj. Because these are bow attacks. I got to remember that. I have to remember bow attacks, fire an additional arrow is not a thing. Also, extremely cheap to anoint, by the way. Oh my god. That's how we're going to scale the bleed on the bow. Oh my god. I'm a genius. You can get Master Fletcher on your thing, huh? Or multi-shot or whatever, right? You can get Master Fletcher on your bow for the puncture build, and you can get Pierce probably. Oh, dude, that's sick. I have to drink a Mountain Dew every day or else I get migraines, right eye blindness. Don't know why Mountain Dew works and other caffeine doesn't. Whenever I get a headache, I usually pop my neck or I go to sleep. Those are like the two big things. Almost always when I have a headache, it's just I need more sleep. That's usually the tell there. I'm not going to build it now, but I feel like Explosive Concoction has some hope here. The 20% LE pen is nice, comparing it to 15 you always got before. And you get like a bunch of bonuses from Magic Utility Flasks. And you get that, and you get like a bunch of regen. All of your flasks get 3 charges every 3 seconds. Pretty hype. Yeah, I think there's something here. I don't know if I would go Ignite with it. No, I wouldn't go Ignite with it. If you went Ignite, you would do something like this instead, right? You would just go for the life wheel. But on hit, like Cold Fire, whatever, cold, lightning, fire. I feel like that's a better thing. I feel like that would work pretty well. Because you only need to regen flasks on 3, including the bismuth, right? Cold, lightning, bismuth. That's pretty good. I'm gonna go to bed and lurk till I fall asleep. Good night to everyone. Good night. See you later. Have a good night. Also, it depends on the cooldown on the flask mastery for charge generation, because if it does have that internal cooldown, you only get 1 charge per wave. But if you do have a 25% chance to gain a flash charge when you deal a crit, and you have like 100% crit on like a late game build or something, then that does mean you can do a lot of projectiles if there is no internal cooldown. If there is no internal cooldown, you can do like 8 projectile explosive concoction, regen 2 flasks instantly, 2 flash charges instantly, potentially more, potentially less, and also regen a bunch here, and have a 50% chance to not even consume it. Yeah, I think that's fine. I think you could sustain that. I think that's actually possible. Good night to everyone. Good night, Melly. Have fun with Ashley. What else is interesting here? Saboteur, we've already talked about a little bit with trigger bots. Trigger bots might be the biggest bait in the patch. I think that we have to see how the AI works. I would never say league start this. I would not league start this at all. I think until we know how trigger bots AI works, I would never rely on this at all. The 30% cooldown reduction recovery rate is amazing. Don't get me wrong. I really, really like that for an ascendancy node. But that perfect crime node might be the biggest bait ever until we know how they follow or how they apply to enemies, because it might be the case that it's terrible AI. So I'm just super hesitant on that. Hierophant might be worth playing if you do like Arcane Surge stuff, because that Arcane Surge change, man. Oh, if you guys don't know, Arcane Surge got changed. Makes it so I think you get less spell damage now, right? Yeah, Arcane Surge only gives cast speed and mana regen, not more spell damage. So just keep that in mind, unless you're a Hierophant. Geargate bringing up the inverse resistance thing is pretty neat. I hope they clarify it at some point. Geargate said what? Huh? Oh, in the Discord? I didn't have it. Oh, by the way, if you guys don't know, I still haven't read all of the Discord because I was fainting yesterday, basically. I haven't read anything here. See? Hold on. See? I haven't actually clicked on anything. So what do you even say here? Animate weapons, no longer pause. Oh, there you go. Molten Shell nerf, very cool for melee. Oh yeah, Molten Shell got nerfed, but nobody cares because I'm not Reddit. So I still have a lot of catching up to do on what you guys were saying. Also, cool hideout. God damn, Spindart. Jesus Christ. It's Asian themed. Weeb. Starts here. The hell did you just link me? Do you use Discord in your browser? Oh my god, what is this? Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, what do you got? Starts here. How does this interact with exposure? It seems very strong. Hits have a 25% chance to treat enemy monster resistance values as inverted. Okay, without even looking at anything else. If you guys don't know, I think that's your elemental mastery, right? Yes. Hits have a 25% chance to treat enemy monster elemental resistance value as inverted. Here's how I read it without anything reading in the Discord. This is how I read it in the patch notes and all that. If the enemy has a base 50% fire res without any sort of interaction from you, it now has negative 50 fire res 25% of the time. Cool, right? If you have exposure and you reduce their resistance by 25%, that fire res goes from 50 to 25, and 25% of the time it goes to negative 25. That's how I read it. Now, what's the point? What's the value in it? Okay? What is the purpose? Why would you ever take this mastery? There are certain I'm trying to think about how to... I don't know yet. Maybe somebody else can come up with something more clever. But what I was thinking is what you could do is play a build that, I'm not saying this works, but attempts to give the enemy as much fire resist as you possibly could. If you had a way of applying your ignite in a very fast way, what you could do is throw out like fireball ignite, which is like you can get a lot of ignites going very quickly if you wanted to. What you could do is spam 4 fireballs until you see the big ignite go off, and before that, giving your enemy as much fire resist as they can, right? The way you do that is because there is a helmet in the game that I'm forgetting the name of. Enemy resistances. What's it called, guys? What's the helmet where you double enemy, double resist, or treated as double, treated, double. It's a helmet. I'm trying to remember. Eye of Malice. Thank you. So Eye of Malice is a callus mask that says nearby enemies have 50% increased cold and fire resistances. Now, this helmet is very strong because, technically it's not 50% increased. It's 50% increased by the absolute value of their resistances. And what that means is if they have negative 25 cold or negative 50 cold res and you have this helmet, they actually have negative 75, and you have a chance to inflict fire exposure. So that's kind of the purpose there. Now you could do it ultra memey if you really wanted to, is pair that node with elemental equilibrium. So what you do is fireball, Eye of Malice, elemental equilibrium, so you actually give the enemy as much fire resistance as possible and remove the fire exposure you're inevitably going to give them. And because you're doing fireball, that's the only way you can do it. And that's how you would do it. I don't know how else you would increase their resistances though, but the idea is you spam fireball with elemental equilibrium until you get your super negative fire res, and that's how you would do it. Now that being said, this is entirely dependent on them having higher fire resistance in the first place, but I can't think off the top of my head how to actually give them high fire resistance. Now, there is something to be said about the unique chest in the game, which is lightning resistance, body armor, not lightning coil, Doriani's prototype. Nearby enemies have lightning resistance equal to yours. So theoretically, could you not give the enemy... Okay, hear me out. I know this chest says deal no non-lightning damage, but hear me out, okay? What if you give the enemy... Or what if you have, like, 90 lightning resistance or whatever, right? You give the enemy 90 lightning resistance. And then you just... Well, no, there's no point, because then you would just have negative 90 anyway, right? I forget how low you can bring your negatives, but you can bring it pretty low. No, there's no point, is there? Fuck. Okay, this is terrible. Don't do this. Instead of just letting it work well with a solid build? Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, Doriani's is terrible because you could just go negative 75 anyway, right? There's no point. But anyway, that's kind of what I'm thinking. It's like Eye of Malice is like the only thing that really comes to mind there. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe there's something somebody could do with it that's cool, but I don't know what I would do with it. Also, shout out to the mastery, critical strikes against you do not inherently inflict elemental ailments. If you guys don't know why something like shock is so scary, that you want to be shock immune, is because when you get shock, it's almost always paired with a crit, because monsters don't usually have much flat chance to shock, but as long as they do any kind of lightning damage and they crit you, they do shock you, and it's scary and you die really quickly because you have a big shock on you. Crit strikes allowing you to not inherently inflict elemental ailments on you. What that means is that you can run crit maps, not worry about dying to shock, which means you don't necessarily need shock immunity anymore. You can still be shocked, but it's not always paired with the crit, so it's not nearly as devastating as it could be. Honestly, if I had no other way of getting any sort of ailment immunity, this is actually a kind of good stopgap until you get something better. I'm not saying do it forever, but I am saying it ain't bad. This is more of an alternate way to get minus res on monsters that have high natural res, especially for crit builds, since you can get a free curse for marks. Keep reading the Discord? I will on my own. This is not a Discord reading stream. If this mechanic works with penetration, it's like inevitable judgment in a single mastery point. Okay, okay. Maybe that is the better way to do it. Like for a tornado shot or something. Well, elemental tornado shot. All right, what else is like new and interesting and wonderful? They have the new cold wheel here. I haven't even looked. I don't even know what this is, actually. What is this? Increased effective chill. Check. Oh, it's the chill wheel. Ugh. Although, wasn't there something relating to like, wait, what? Enemies, wait, what was this? Enemies permanently take 1% increased damage each second they've ever been chilled by you, up to a maximum of 10%. Oh, well, every occultist is going to take that. Well, any cold occultist. That's pretty good. 10% more damage. There was something dealing with shattering. Free cold exposure on hit with cold damage all the time is pretty cool. Enemies chilled by your hits always reduce action speed. There was something. Enemies near targets you shatter have a 20% chance to be covered in frost. There was something else related to shattering that I thought was kind of cool, but maybe that was it. What was this regen? Oh, recoup, yeah. There's something really interesting about Witch, though. Witch is kind of just whatever. Like, I don't know. Minions? Omega lol? If this mechanic works like with its penetration, it's like inevitable judgment. Yeah. Consider this. If you're against an enemy with 50 res, the mastery gives you 50% more damage. Is that how the math works? If I do 100% cold damage, enemy has 50% cold resistance. I do 50% damage. If I have no other sources of pen, like whatever, like curse stuff. No other sources of pen. I do like 100 damage. We'll do it that way. 50 damage, 50 damage, 50 damage, 150 damage. That means over 4 hits, I do 300 damage. Which means if I didn't have this mastery, it would be minus 100. So it would be 33% more damage. Is that not 33% more damage? Hold on, let's paint it. I'm gonna flashbang you guys. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Flashbang. Okay, so if we have a hit here. Wow, that hurts my eyes. Jesus, it's so bright. Let's say we do 100 damage after with 50% resistance, okay? So we do 50, whoops, normally 100. We do 50, normally 100. We do 50, normally 100. They have minus 50, so now we do 150, normally 100. This is 400. This is 150, 200, 250, 300. Wait. Am I reading this wrong? Am I stupid? Oh, no, I am stupid. Because that's assuming they have 0% resistance. Okay, I'm sorry. We don't actually do 100 damage to them normally. We would just do 50, so this would normally be 50. So this actually means 200. So yeah, it is 50% more. I'm sorry, I was getting this number in there somehow. So yeah, it is 50% more damage. I'm sorry. Okay, my bad. Okay, you're right. You're right. You're right. It is 50% more. Okay, cool. Fair enough. Good job. All right. I guess if you have no source of, like, let's say you can't run a curse and you can't have any uniques that reduce minus res and you're not playing an Inquisitor, then okay, sure. It gives you 50% more damage on average, but for normal builds, it'd be less than usually because people reduce monster res in other ways like curses. Yeah. I don't know. I think it's super niche, but it's a mastery, so I guess it should be niche. Can we talk for a second about stun? So, I think what they want with the new stun masteries is they want a wombo combo. As far as I can tell, this is the wombo combo mastery list. So, one, I think the wombo combo is you want to make yourself extremely vulnerable to stun, and what you want to do is get stunned, and you get adrenaline for a long time. Like, if you get stunned for, like, even a half a second, you have, like, 10 seconds of adrenaline to do, which is pretty amazing, I think. You also get a guaranteed stun to nearby enemy monsters when you are stunned, What that means is that you could do a build where as long as you can survive 4 stuns, micro stuns maybe, you have a guaranteed stun on the enemy. That's kind of cool. That's a new way to like get stun on a boss. However, if pen, it makes, what? Gives you 50% more damage on average. However, if pen works after the inversion, it means you would still reduce rare unique monster res, and because it's so high each. No, the pen won't work after the inversion. No shot. Also take another curse like a mark. No, I wouldn't. No, it wouldn't work after. No way. Now, what else did we get? Increased enemy stun threshold, increased stun duration on enemies. So that mastery, what that means is when you have your guaranteed stun, you actually have a long stun duration on enemies, like a long, long time. So I think there's something going on here with like a, wombo combo, but I don't know what. I feel like it's something like you want to auto stun the enemy without investing really that much into stun. Because you have like a 50% chance to get like a 300% stun duration to be doubled. And you could get like a long stun even on like pinnacle bosses. And by stun, I mean, it doesn't actually stop them, but it's a stun anyway. Also, when you get damage bonus, it inverts. If it doesn't work after inversion, then the mastery is trash. Well, maybe. But I think stun, the whole purpose here, if I had to do anything with stun this league, if I really had to, I would just get a bunch of stun duration nodes, get guaranteed stun when you are stunned every 4 stuns, and then the enemy, and then you also get the mastery for 200% increased stun duration, but the enemy has increased enemy stun threshold, which doesn't matter. The downside doesn't really exist there because it's a guaranteed stunning hit, right? I kind of disagree. I see potential in it. In that mastery, yeah. The elemental one. Leap Sam still has a guaranteed stun, only on full health, right? Leap Slam. Damaging hits always stun enemies that are on full life. Yeah, it's not good against pinnacle bosses, but I guess good against while you're leap slamming around. I wouldn't use that. I would use it on guaranteed stun. So the question is there a way to get stunned very, very quickly and reliably? I don't know. Because there's nothing in here that says you need stun length, right? That's only for adrenaline, which will be good. If you can figure that out, it'd be amazing. But just hypothetically, is there a way to give yourself a stun every like 0.05 seconds? And every 0.05 seconds, you stun yourself. And you just do it over and over. So like 5 times a second, you have like a guaranteed stun on a boss. Is there a way to do that? Because you can greatly reduce your stun duration up here, right? Stun and block recovery, stun and block recovery, stun and block recovery. That's already 80%, right? And there's a new unique or something that's like stun and block recovery. There's a new unique or something, right? You could use a cloth belt. Flow untethered is not useful here. In presence? No. But I think there's something there. I think you could do something. I just don't know how you would guarantee like a super fast stun and blocker, like rear guard. Oh my god, the new bow. Oh shit. Hold on. Oh my god, it's all coming together. What if you use the new bow with the 250% increased effect on a quiver and you use rear guard for the stun and block recovery? That means you have 175% increased stun and block recovery along with what's on the tree. So it's 175, assuming it's high rolled, to be fair. Not really likely, but we're imagining here. 175% plus 80 is 255% stun and block recovery. Is there anywhere else we can get it easy? Stun and block. Mastery under Fortify, which is 4% increased stun and block recovery per Fortify. So if you really want to meme it up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 25 Fortify, which means 25 times 4 is 100%. So now you have, oh my god, I'm losing my math here. the bow would give you 175% stun and block recovery. Plus 80 is 255. Plus 100 is 355 stun and block recovery. How much more do you need? 80% on the armor and evasion mastery. So that's 435% stun and block recovery. That's 50 there if you really want it. That's 50 there if you really want it. I think you wouldn't, though. 435% stun and block recovery. So is there a way to guarantee a stun on yourself with Leap Slam? Because enemies on full life, well, remember, there's a new life mastery that says you count as full life while 90% life or above. So is there a way we can spam... We could spam Leap Slam on ourselves, like a level 1 Leap Slam. It would have to be level 1. Is there a way we can spam a Leap Slam to hit ourselves? Because we're always going to be at full life because we have 90% or more life, right? What are we trying to do with getting stunned? Okay, so here's the plan, right? What if we make a build that stuns ourselves so fast we can perma-stun a boss? Or at least get close to it, right? With 25% chance to deal a stunning hit to nearby enemy monsters when you're stunned, and 200% increased stun duration on enemies, what if we can hit ourselves with Leap Slam? I don't even know if this is possible. What if we hit ourselves with Leap Slam and we just spam it, and because we have the new life mastery, we're at full life with 90% max life or above, we spam Leap Slam on ourselves, we stun ourselves, and we get so much stun and block recovery with the new quiver and item, with rear guard and the new bow. Well, the new bow item. We get 200 and, or God, what would this give us? 175% stun and block recovery with rear guard and a bunch of block. In fact, this would give us max block. Holy shit, 24 block? With the new bow, we would get max block, and if we have 15 spell block, we would get 15 plus 30, 40. We would have 55 spell block too. Damn, we would be defensive. Holy shit, that would give us a lot of stuff. All right, anyway. Awaken cast while channeling. What? Awaken cast while channeling. Avoid interruptions from stuns while using supported skills. What? What are you talking about? Nito used cast when stunned with his corpse walker. Oh my god, we could do a cast when stun build. Holy shit. Wait, what's the build? Hold on, how does that combo work? Hold on, this might be a build now. Oh, hold on, boys. Hold your pants. What is this build?
Powerful interaction here.
Excuse me?
The other interesting thing we can do with this build, so if you see on Awakened cast while channeling support, it says avoid interruption from stuns while using supporting skills. So what that means is that while we're channeling, we're effectively stun immune, but we can actually still get stunned. So we avoid the interruption, but we do still get stunned. And what I'm doing is I'm actually using cast when stunned. So this support right here, I think a lot of people forgot this thing even exists.
I'm going to be honest, chat. I absolutely forgot this thing exists. But hold on. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. We don't even need Awaken cast when channeling. But how does he stun himself?
Basically, because we're a low life ES build and we don't have stun immunity, we're going to get stunned based on our life total, which is very low. So basically every hit, you know, in the end game, most hits.
He's not hitting himself. He is, but he's just guaranteeing it's a stun by having really low life and not having like stun based on ES or something. Which is the problem CI builds used to have back in the day. I don't know if you could do that. Could you actually hit yourself with a Leap Slam though? That'd be kind of the best way to do it. The big thing is that Awaken cast while channeling means you can Cyclone and a perma-stun avoid while being able to be stunned, just ignoring it. Maybe that is the better way to go about it.
Going to stun us. And that means there's going to be a 68% chance to cast all of the abilities linked with cast when stun support. And you'll notice that unlike cast when damage taken,
it doesn't have a cool internal cooldown.
There's no level requirement for cast when stunned.
Oh, never mind.
So we're triggering Molten Shell, level 21. We're triggering Bone Offering, level 21, and then it's getting +2 from our helmet. And then we're also triggering our Anomalous Lightning Golem, which is just mainly there for the extra cast speed it grants us.
Okay.
Because again, we need to get our...
Is there a reason you don't have like 3 different triggers here? How is he...
Lightning Conduit cast speed low enough so that...
Yeah, explain the build to me. What's going on here?
Clear is fantastic. Block, and that goes up to 75 cents round. So that's what these things on the ground are. And using Vortex while I cyclone around. So that's what these things on the ground are.
Okay.
And the reason I'm doing that is because of the Algar Mortis gloves.
Yeah, we wouldn't use those.
Non-damaging ailments, which of course is important.
How is he actually hitting himself, though? That's the question.
Also,
the big thing is that Awakened cast while channeling, you can Cyclone and have perma stun avoid while being able to be stunned, just ignoring it. I still don't think that's what we should do. I think the better way is to have a way to... What is the actual stun length on ourselves? Can we see that? Calculations. We want music, first of all. Ah! There we go. Okay, now that I'm not deafened. What is our actual, like, stun length here? Can we look that up? That has stun duration. Okay. Stun duration is 0.35 second base. Oh, because I don't have anything yet. Oh. So let's add that. Let's do... What is it? What was our number? 435% stun and block recovery? Is it 435% increased stun and block recovery? It worked. 0.07 seconds. Oh. Okay. Okay, so we can stun ourselves every 0.07 seconds, meaning that every 7, 14, 20, 28, so almost 4 times a second, assuming we trigger the stun every 0.07 seconds, we could stun the boss. It's a guaranteed stun. In fact, we could stun every single thing around us. Oh. We could stun every single thing around us. And, wow. Okay. Wow. We can also have guaranteed endurance charges for whatever that's worth. I'm kind of confused at all the build work. Okay. The whole gimmick here is that we're going to stun ourselves, I think, if we can, every 0.07 seconds. Shouldn't you just toss on an immutable force? The hard part is actually getting stunned. Immutable force, Crimson Jewel, 1000% increased stun and block recovery. Okay, that's easier. Okay, well, hold on. That might be a lot easier way to do it. We now have a 0.02 second stun and block recovery. Okay, that's a better way. I'm gonna be honest, chat, I forgot that jewel even existed. But, assuming we have roughly that amount, if we can stun the boss every 0.1 second, is that not perma-stun? Now, how do we stun ourselves that fast? I think what we have to do is hit ourselves, which should be possible a few different ways. We have to hit ourselves, and it has to be something that's so, or auto-triggered or fast or something. I'm almost wondering if there's a way. Let's just search up stun here, because people have made stun builds before me that are way better at this. So let me just try to catch up on knowledge here. I think if we can figure out a way to auto stun ourselves, there's really no easy way, is there? Because we could easily do like a Valerium or something, right? We could do a Valerium and have like one energy shield and just not have to do low life, but maybe low life is better. Don't have to get, it's at least Valerium's a lot easier to get than like a fucking Chevrons, okay? We do something with mines? Scolds was the old way and they changed it to stop that from happening. Scold's Bridle. Skills you deal 400% mana cost as physical damage. Your skills deal you 400% mana cost as fizz. Yeah, well, it's also Torment unique, which is a nightmare, but... Let's look up the wiki. This is like a wiki question. Let's figure out a way to self-harm without actually clicking an attack button. There has to be a way. There has to be, right? They wouldn't add that all without doing it, right? Stun. Self. Maybe we'll do cast on stun. Cast while stunned. Cast when stunned. There we go. Cast when stunned support. Oops. God damn it. Cast when stunned. Okay. This is going to tell me, right? Skill functions and interactions. Cast when stunned. Spells that don't have targeting, like Discharge or Ice Nova, will cast on the player character as usual. When the character is stunned or blocks a stunning hit, the chance to activate supportive spells is rolled individually. Global cast when stunned cooldown occurs, which is currently 0.25 seconds. Ugh, I don't want that. I just want to see self-harm. Hoi, 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 hoi. Okay, does not have a limit on active skill level. Unlike cast when damage taken, cast when stun doesn't suffer a damage penalty. I don't care about that. Hungry Loop, cast when stunned, Knight's Hold. Kind of cool. Not gonna use it, but it's cool. There has to be something, right? Maybe we'll just look up the stun article. Because I think there's something here. There's gotta be something. Chance to avoid stun immunity. Miscellaneous, maybe? Stun duration, stun immunity. Base, avoiding stuns, stuns versus unique bosses. We should look that up. Unique bosses become immune to stuns while stunned and for 4 seconds after the fact, so we cannot perma-stun. Which is fine. That's fine. Because if we can stun ourselves every 0.02 seconds... then we can get hella well, no, it's every 0.25 seconds. That's a tough one. I'm not sure. Maybe that stun thing is the problem there. Although, theoretically, we could just have a really high duration stun because it's guaranteed, right? So, if we can self-stun trigger the combo every 0.1 seconds if we wanted to, and just have a really long stun length, that's possible. Because there's a mastery that says 200% increased stun duration, but 100% increased enemy stun threshold. But that stunning hit to nearby enemy monsters ignores enemy stun threshold, right? So that stun duration is 200% increased, and everything else. So what is the base stun length with no uniques or anything? It is 0.35 seconds. So 0.35 then goes to 1 second with 1 mastery. Have 70% here. Let's just get all the increased here. 200% increased stun threshold. Now it's, without doubling it, 1.3. 50% chance to double it to 2.6. Bosses don't become immune to stuns while stunned and for 4 seconds after the fact. So you can stun them. So it's actually... oh my god. It's actually 2.6 half the time, 1.3 otherwise. Maces get a bunch, right? 40% here. Stun threshold doesn't matter. Stun threshold doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. Let's just look up stun here. Cannot be stunned. 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 Wow, we have a lot of stunnage going on. Holy cow. Yeah, there's really not much, huh? Stun threshold, stun threshold, stun threshold. Useless. Stun threshold. Stun duration. Okay. 10% chance to double stun duration. So that goes up to 60, huh? Alright, that's 60. 15% more stun duration with two-handed weapons. Let's just throw on literally anything. Physical two-handed mace with that. Or physical two-handed axe, I guess. So now what's our stun duration? Stun duration is currently 1.54 seconds. Oh, it's not a mace. Boom. Now it's 1.54 seconds. So it's up to 3 seconds if we double it, which 60% of the time we do. Is there a mace mastery? Yes. 1.72. So we're almost to that sweet 4-second thing. I kind of doubt you'll be able to stun bosses. Miscellaneous player balance. Stunning enemies has become too trivial with the amount of hit damage the majority of players regularly deal. To combat this, we made it harder to stun enemies with hits for almost all skills. Well, that's not true. Remember, this says 25% chance to deal a stunning hit. It's a guaranteed stun, right? It's a guaranteed stun. You don't have to worry about stun threshold or anything. You just stun the thing every 4 times you get stunned. And that's the balance, right? How do you stun yourself fast enough to guarantee the stun, right? But if we can guarantee that, because we are basically stun immune. We recover stun every 0.02 seconds, right? If we can guarantee that, then it doesn't matter what the stun length is. As long as we have a guaranteed stun and we get so much stun duration that it just kind of works. I think that's the way to go here, right? Cannot be stunned by hits. No. Energy shield. Oh, stun threshold. Crit wheel is... stuns from crits have 100% increased duration. Oh! So if we have, say... Oh, I don't know. Let's say 100%... Or no, we'll do... 10,000% increased critical strike chance. So now what's our stun length? 1.72 seconds. Is that capped? It's 0.35 times 4.9. Oh, I guess it is capped, huh? Because if we get rid of this, it's 0.72. It is capped! Oh no, we still have the stun mastery. What the fuck? Wait, am I dumb? Stuns from crits have 100% increased duration. Oh, it's not counting. Oh. Hold on, we need to add it. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's not even counting it. 25% increased stun duration. I just saw that. It's just increased stun duration. So we need 100% increased stun duration on enemies. 2.15 seconds. Oh, how are you going to stun yourself 12 times per second? Well, we don't need that. We only need 4 hits on average, right? We only need 4 hits, and we have so much stun recovery or whatever. We could just do 1,000%, but whatever. We have so much stun recovery that it takes us, we only get stunned for 0.02 seconds, which is unnoticeable, right? Just completely unnoticeable. So the idea here is we stun ourselves 4 times in like 1/10 of a second, and we stun the boss. Guaranteed stun, no stun threshold, nothing, right? So if we do that, what that means is... Yeah, 200% increased stun duration. What that means is we guarantee the stun, which is 2.15 seconds, and 60% of the time is 4.3 seconds. So if we get lucky, which happens more often than not at 60%, you have permanent stun on pinnacles. I think this is how this works. Now, that being said, You know what? Let's not go over there. It makes it look terrible. Oh, I guess we're a ranger. Whatever. That being said, we do need to invest in crit. We do need to be on the left side of the tree. Ignore this. This is whatever. We're just ranger and we're just happen to be there. You can get the crit wheel right here and do... We get right here and still get the crit mastery. So we have to be on the left side of the tree. We do have to use maces, I think. If we drop these, do we have to use maces? Yeah, we kind of need maces. Otherwise, we have to invest 3 points to get that 1.95. Really, we do have to get maces for the, where is it? 50% increased stun duration. That being said, we'll probably get it down here with the crit, but whatever. But yeah, that's how you can get a 4-second stun on pinnacles to chain it. And it's easy to guarantee the stun, so you don't need to invest in, like, stun threshold at all. What is your basis for the stun duration? PoE. So the base stun duration is 0.35 seconds, right? We have times 6.15 multiplier to make it 2.15 seconds, and 60% of the time that's doubled. And the only limitation is we have to use a two-handed mace as a weapon. But we don't care at all about stun threshold, and we can use a pure crit rare mace with the league mechanic, right? No uniques. The question is, chat, the only trigger that we have is how do we stun ourselves 4 times in very, very, very quick succession? It doesn't need to be a hit. Well, it does need to hit us, right? Or at all. As long as we can just guarantee the stun, that's how we can do it. That's why I was saying if there's a way to, like, hit ourselves with a leap slam, it would be perfect, because that's an easy way to do it. The problem is, how do we get enough attack speed with it? That's the issue, right? I don't know how we're going to do it, but we can do it. It is possible. The fact that it's possible makes me want to kind of, like, figure this out, but this requires a lot of, like, theory crafting. But I think with the new masteries, you can completely ignore enemy stun threshold and get permanent stun on bosses 60% of the time. Otherwise, stun them for 2.15 seconds. This theoretically should work with, like, a bleed build. I wouldn't do bleed with it, but, you know, it's a thing. Although it is kind of funny. No, actually, Pain Forger doesn't work, does it? It's going to be kind of weird to actually stun yourself, though, that quickly. That's the only limitation, but I think that's, like, the big struggle, right? So if we look up stun, there is a couple of things. Valerium makes it so stun threshold is based on ES instead of life, so we can completely ignore the whole low life thing and just go, like, 10 energy shield something on one item, or craft on flat energy shield at the lowest roll. So we have, like, 5 energy shield, and then every time we hit ourselves, it's a guaranteed stun. That's one way to do it. So the whole build is based on something you can't do. Well, we don't know that, right? We don't know that. We are still figuring this out, but I think it should be possible, right? I think so. Chevron's pace is useless. Sandstorm Visage? Nope. Quiver. No. Actually, why would you ever use Samus's gift anymore? Is there something I'm missing here? Yeah, Valerium would be kind of cool. That's why I think maybe there's something weird we could do with, like, a quiver in the new thing, and maybe do something kind of neat that way. Hit self. Self. Is there something we can do with self? Ichimonji? Not Ichimonji. Wait. Hiltless. Does Hiltless work? Hiltless. Can you get stunned from Reflect? Wait, can Life Tap stun yourself? I don't even know. Does that even work? I doubt it. Secondary damage cannot stun players. Nah, Gluttony would be in the same camp as Scolds. Oh, true. Does Gluttony work? Yeah. So you can't take Reflect or secondary sources. We do have to get hit by something. If we have to get hit by something, can we... Would Vol Breach work? If we Vol Breach, can we just stand there like a dumbass and just kill things? Is this a Vol Breach build? We would have to get hella armor. Although, hilariously, there is a new armor mastery that says you get 100% increased armor for free. As long as you stand still like a weirdo. So, is this like the stalker build? Do we just stand there stalking the enemy? And just with like a shit ton of armor and like Vol Breach, and then we stun ourselves constantly? Although it would work extra well. Although, oh god, wait. This isn't as bad as you think. Because when we get stunned, we stun everything around us, not just the pinnacle boss, right? So if we Vol Breach, we stun everything around us for like 4 seconds, or as long as the pinnacle boss is stunned. Probably, although when you stun or kill the breach mobs, it might be tricky to keep it going. Well, we don't care if we stun the breach mobs, right? We don't care about that, because they will be stunned for as long as the boss is stunned, because it's a stunning hit, not a very strong stunning hit. It's like, whatever the minimum threshold is to stun, they will be stunned. That is my guess for how that works, right? So if you're against a white mob and you have a stunning hit, and it has a really long duration, it's going to be the same as the pinnacle boss, I think. You need the breach mobs to keep stunning you? No. You only need them to stun you until the boss gets stunned, right? Because you have such fast stun recovery, what's going to happen is you're going to recover every 0.02 seconds, which means every hit. So every time you're going to whack you like 8 times, one of those is going to trigger the AoE stun against nearby enemies, which is the second to last one there. 25% chance to deal a stunning hit to nearby enemy monsters, i.e. all of them, when you're stunned. So if Vol Breach is whacking you, and you have enough armor to, like, it's negligible, you're against white mobs, basically. If you have Vol Breach and you're getting whacked, when you get stunned 1 in 4 times, everything around you is going to get stunned, including the boss. You don't need them to keep whacking you at that point. How are you going to kill the boss in the meantime? Well, we have a lot of ways to do it, but the fact that they're stunned half the time... Although, I guess as long as the Vol Breach is up, that's the only way we can guarantee the stuns, right? Gary, make a normal build, do it for mama. Listen, all right, this is our breach build. Hold on. We have a champion that has like the new snipe and like puncture and shit. It's good. It's fine. Don't even worry about it. We're not even league starting this. But this is like theory craft, Gary, okay? This is me asking questions. That's all I'm doing, chat. I'm just asking questions. Oh, we have increased stun here. Hold on. Stun duration, double stun. We have a 70% chance to double stun duration, chat. In fact, what is our stun duration now? 2.19 seconds. Is there a way to double stun duration on a unique somewhere? Kongors has 25% chance, and Replica Kongors is that. Oh! And we solve accuracy. Okay, so with Kongors, what does Replica Kongors do? Regenerate 20% ES per second if you've dealt crit. Nah. If we were a low life build, maybe that'd be more tempting. So if we're using Kongors, we have a... wow. We have a 95% chance to perma-stun the boss all the time. Wow. Hold on, chat. Do blocked hits also stun, or are those completely separate? If it would have stunned you, yes. They also stun. Yeah, they count. That's why it's stun and block recovery. But isn't that interesting? Now, with 2.19 seconds, we do have a little wiggle room to kind of get out of some stun recovery here. Or stun duration, right? We do need this node. We need the mastery. I don't need any of these, to be fair. We just need 15% more stun duration. We can get out of a little here, but not much. Maybe we don't need the crit one anymore? What if we get rid of that? Do we not need to crit? Oh man, if I can get away with not critting. 1.84 seconds is so close. We can get stun duration on anything, right? Stun duration. Can we just get stun duration on something? Stun duration. Anything that's like 50%. Brain Rattler. Jesus. Terror Maul, Sledgehammer, Craghead. Oh no. Oh no, we're not using Craghead. Fuck you. Oh no. No, we're not using it. I was thinking about having that new quiver where we have like 80% reduced projectile speed. 80% reduced projectile speed, and we have like 800% increased stun duration. That's the stupidest goddamn build in the world. Don't do this, chat. Don't give yourselves 25% multiplied by 250% increased is 87% reduced projectile speed. Don't do that, chat. Ah! I dropped my armrest. Katybug, hi. Sorry, we're on a full copium here. I ignored you for like a minute. Sorry. Hi. Welcome to the late stream. Late, as in we're gonna end soon, but... Oh, suddenly that combo is too mean for you? Oh! Boys! New collaboration. I completely forgot to say that. I'm so sorry. I should have said this when I had 18 viewers or something. Also, good viewership today. New collab this Sunday. Mao Tenshi. We're playing League of Legends. And we're gonna try to swing over Mao Tenshi to be my support character for Path of Exile. I can tell him about supports in this game. He can be my Aurabot. 25% chance to deal a stunning hit to nearby enemy monsters when you're stunned. Trying out the new stun mastery. Gary, don't tell me you're trying to make a leap slam build. No, bye Bozo. We have a new stun thing. I think we can perma-stun bosses is what I'm trying to say. We have a 95% chance. We have a 95% chance to perma-stun bosses. That's what I'm trying to say. Basically, we can perma-stun bosses. The only problem is we need to figure out a way to constantly whack ourselves, and the only way I can think of is Vol Breach. So the question is, chat, are we now gonna be worried about like soul gain prevention? Are we gonna figure out a way? Here's the thing, chat. Hypothetically, if we can get souls figured out, if we can have permanent Vol Breach, it doesn't matter if Maven takes 45 minutes to kill if they can't ever die, right? Nice glasses. I know, right? Cute glasses. I still need to send you that picture. Listen, Katybug, listen. I'm getting a haircut on Sunday morning. Can I send you the picture after that? Because I don't want to... Listen, I have wild Tarzan hair right now. I can see my hair. Chat, I'm looking. I'm pulling my bangs down. I can see my hair, barely. It's like half an inch. Okay, that is way too long, okay? I'm like pulling down my hair. I can see it. Katybug, I can't send you a picture in this state, okay? I need my haircut again. I demand quality. Remember that pinnacle bosses cannot be stunned if stunned or stunned recently. Ha! Megami! That's a good point. I took that into account. It's actually... unique bosses like Shaper, Elder, whatever, become immune to stuns while stunned and for 4 seconds after the fact. So the challenge is, can you A, guarantee a stun on a boss, and B, can that stun be 4 seconds or longer? And the answer to both of those is yes. The first one, we can just completely ignore enemy stun threshold completely and take the first mastery there because we have a 25% chance to deal a stunning hit to nearby enemy monsters when you're stunned, which means you always stun them every 4 times you're stunned, right? So the logic is, okay, with Kongor's Undying Rage and a bunch of double stun length on the tree, you can actually get a 95% chance to double stun duration, which is currently 2.2 seconds. So theoretically, if you can guarantee the stun every 4 seconds, you have permanent stun uptime on anything in the game. I mean, there's easier ways to go Quincy DPS, but yeah, I guess you can stun battle the bosses. Wait, what? They're immune to stuns while stunned and 4 seconds afterwards. AK, they have 4 seconds uptime between your stun? No, it means 4 seconds after we do the stunning hit, right? No, it's 4 seconds after recovering? Unique bosses become immune to stuns while stunned and for 4 seconds after the fact. Oh, they're saying they're immune to stuns for 4 seconds after the fact. See, this is... God. Can people take English classes before they write a wiki? This is confusing. I thought it was saying 4 seconds after they get stunned, they can get stunned again. That's how I read it. Okay, this doesn't work then. Oh, god damn it. Motherfucker. Piece of shit. No wonder our viewership tanked. Everybody's like, this isn't gonna work. Ah, man. This is our league starter. Look at this damage, boys. 1.4 million. Oh my god. So easy. So nice. Whoa. Amazing. Build is saved. Oh. Hilariously, we could actually use the stance thing here because we have petrified blood. Actually, we would use flesh and stone, to be fair. We would use flesh and stone, blood stance, sand stance. Well, ideally, we would do it in blood stance because it gives us about maybe 5% more damage. But the whole logic here is that we would use that and we would get guaranteed onslaught all the time, which is pretty good. And I guess we also could get the 5% attack speed with enemies on close range. We could get adrenaline. Does adrenaline help us at all? I don't even know. Does it? Yeah, it does. Holy shit. But we can't do it with this, right? We can't actually use it here because, yes, we gain adrenaline, but it's only for 1 second after we change stance, and snipe is, not great for that. So, that's going to be our danger there. Also, do we know what gem color snipe is? Is it green? I don't even know. It's green in POB when it comes to the helmet, but I don't actually know if it's a green gem. Probably. Build is saved. We're all saved. All right. Well, it was worth experimenting on, right, chat? It was worth experimenting on, I think. So, yeah. I don't know. I do think this is a petrified blood build. It feels appropriate here. It feels good. 20% increased buff effect of your links for which 50% of leak duration has expired. So if you did a flame link on Summon Holy Relic and you did our double flame link thing from earlier with the new link masteries, links take twice as long to break, and enemies linked grants 1 additional random target. So you would have Summon Holy Relic, Cyclone, Cyclone that's purely there to heal you, by the way, with like life gain on hit. Maybe double claws, get super life gain on hit. Oh, you wouldn't do that, by the way. Yeah, maybe that. I don't know. I think there's something there. It's a dex skill gem. It should be green. New amulet makes the dot heal you. Seems really good with petrified blood. Not really. Yeah, you can guarantee the uptime on that. I know what amulet you're talking. The new one, right? You can guarantee the uptime because you're always leeching. The problem is how do you guarantee poisons on yourself? The only thing that comes to mind is, we actually talked about this earlier on the stream, Apex Supremacy. You take chaos damage instead of physical damage from bleeding. What you would do is a self-bleed build. And, yeah. I would do a self-bleed build and go like CI or something. Maybe that's the best way to do it. CI, self-bleed. No. Sorry, you can't go CI because you don't take any chaos damage over time. I think the immunity comes before the, any of the amulet. So what you would do is do this with like low life and just get a bunch of healing. Probably want super low chaos res because of it though. I don't know how you're gonna do low life and low chaos res, but I guess it's possible with like some chaos mastery or something, right? Oh, no. Wait. Oh, that's right. They got rid of the, you get increased chaos damage or something per, like, 4 chaos resistance. They got rid of that. Oh, that's right. You don't guarantee dots on you. Use it in conjunction with Petrified Blood to make it a super defensive layer. It's not worth the amulet slot, Geargate. The amulet slot on your items is the second highest damage slot. You have your weapon, and then you have your amulet. It's a very, very important spot. And to have an entire amulet spot dedicated to one mod, which is don't take chaos damage over time, it's not worth it. You just use it with Death's Oath in the way Death's Oath was supposed to be used. Sure, but I think there's better ways for it. I think the best way, though, as far what I would do is an Apex Supremacy build with a self-bleed component. Maybe, like, can you do it with, like, Flicker Strike or something? Because you are still bleeding. You still inflict self-bleeds. It's just chaos damage over time. Maybe. And what you would do is you would just constantly whack yourself. Because there's a unique jewel, isn't there? There's, poison jewel. There's a unique jewel where it's like you can self-poison really easily, right? That's right, golden rule. Okay, so golden rule is poisons you inflict is reflected back to you, bleeding you inflict is reflected back to you, +1 chaos resistance per poison on you. And what you would do is you would do Apex with it and Apex Supremacy. And what you would do is have you take chaos damage instead of physical damage. You always inflict bleed and chaos damage on yourself. And you will get a bunch of poison resistance, but you'll also be regenning a lot of health. That's one way to do it. Hilariously, you could also do it with a, like a slam build. And that way you have a guaranteed, like, super bleed and poison on you without all the poison resistance. But I don't know if I would want that. But that's how I would do it if I really wanted to take advantage of the new amulet, when you can just guarantee all of that regen. But, you know, good luck with that. Although then again, I guess if you're willing to with stack poisons on yourself with Golden Rule, what you could do is just get all the poison resistance on there anyway with like a super high, like tornado shot build, like high attack speed, high hit build. And by having all those poisons on you that you heal from, you also have 78 chaos resistance, which I guess is okay, but you wouldn't be healing that much from it. I mean, wouldn't you be fine just running Golden Rule with it? No, because if you have Golden Rule and nothing else, you're going to be taking physical damage over time unless you're bleed immune, right? At that point, no, I wouldn't do that. No. It's okay if you're bleed immune, but like, what's the point of using your amulet slot where you're taking self-bleed damage and running around and shit, and also healing from poison? It's counterproductive. It just doesn't mean it's a net 0. Only if you inflict bleed, isn't it always? Oh. No, I would still do it. I would still do it because bleeding on its own is super powerful on you because it's chaos damage over time and you're running around. As long as you're moving, you take double damage from the poison you inflict. So I think it's fine. I think you want Apex with it. I think it's way better for it. I think the regen is worth it if you did it. It would take your amulet slot, it would take your shield slot, and it would take a unique jewel slot. But in exchange, you get a lot of regen. That's a lot. That's like bleed regen. That's before you include things like Hardy for the increased life regeneration rate. And you could do something like Petrified Blood with like memes. Screw you guys, I'm making my own meme FB self-ignite dot immune chaos chieftain build. Oh. I think the poison should be insane enough that you shouldn't waste your shield slot for slightly more. I think it's fine. I think, first of all, Apex Supremacy is already a fantastic shield slot for CI recharge builds. Also, you have the added benefit of poisons on you expire 50% slower on the shield, and that alone might make it more worth it. I mean, Jesus, you have 50% slower unless you're talking about like some like self-curse like temp chains build with like Trickster or something. I think Apex Supremacy is pretty good for it. I don't know, man. It feels like Apex Supremacy is king when it comes to like self poisons. That 50% poisons on you expire 50% slower. That's pretty great. I don't know, I think that's pretty good. 25% chance to be poisoned is also kind of cool. You can't dial that up, right? You can't do 100% chance to be poisoned all the time and then self-hit, right? With like... Although... No, you can't pair this with the life tap sword hiltless. Anyway, that's kind of my thoughts on it anyway. I wonder how they'll actually handle it. Maybe. I still think that's how I would do it, though, is Golden Rule and Apex, though, with that unique amulet. I don't know, I'm not saying I would even ever do it, but, like, that's how I would. Shouldn't even tossing a mediocre investment poison on yourself do an insane amount of dot if you have no chaos resistance? The problem is with Golden Rule, the reason why they added this mod is that you get 1% chaos resistance per poison on you. So even if you have, 200 poisons, it sounds insane until you realize you're reducing everything by 75, which is the problem. But if you have a bleed, you do get the full damage of bleed. And you get, hey, you even get 40% armor. So that's, for whatever that's worth. Yeah, and it's not even that hard to get in SSF. You just have to corrupt a Viridian, right? Damn. God, it's Ares Reflection. What a great shield. Will Clash. What is this? What the hell is Will Clash? 5% chance to block spells per power charge. Increased elemental damage per power charge. Gain a power charge every second if you haven't lost power charges recently. Lose all power charges when you block. Ugh. What an ugly helmet. Yuck. You have to give up all block in order to have permanent power charges? I don't know. Maybe cast on death discharge or something? If you take chaos damage instead from bleeding, it'll still be resisted by chaos resistance? Yes, but if you do Apex Supremacy, you don't need to stack like an insane amount of poisons, right? You could have this and still get poisoned every now and then, but you're talking about the difference between 78 chaos resistance and negative 65. And hypothetically, if you're using Golden Rule, you're probably going to maybe want to do like a slam build. So you have this giant bleed on you and this giant poison on you, and you only have like negative 73 chaos res, and poisons on you expire 50% slower. So you'd have like your super hit with your one-handed mace or whatever, scepter, and you would slam with like a Warcry build or something. With Warcry's got buffed. Don't know if you guys knew that. With your Warcry build, and you would just like super poison and super bleed yourself, and that's how you would get insane regen. Again, I'm not even saying I would do it, but like this is, again, how I would do it. I mean, a poison can easily do like 200,000 DPS to a monster. Healing for 50,000 per second is a decent amount of regen. It is pretty decent, but it could be better. Could be better. Because keep in mind, if you bleed and you whack an enemy for like an earthquake, you can get some sick, nasty bleeds, especially while you're moving. Yeah, I think I would rather do Apex. Like I'm saying, I would only do it with Apex. I wouldn't do it otherwise. I don't think there's a point in stacking a bajillion poisons. Better than 10 times your max life per second. Why would you need that? You would need that because I feel like you would gain more. Well, first of all, your poisons are going to have a duration, but they're going to be significantly longer under my version of it. And it would be more healing. And you would have a bleed version of that as well that adds on top. No, I still would do what I do. I think I would. Plus you get +3 max all res too, which is pretty nice. So you don't get one shot as easily. How long does Overleech linger? 4 seconds? How long does Leech linger? Is it 4 seconds? Well, if you did Leech, you definitely don't want the Leech Mastery. That's the most important thing, right? You don't get 10% of Leeches instant. Don't do that, chat. All right, terrible. Not, well, do it normally, but like not in this specific case where you're doing the amulet. 10% of leech is instant. I'm sure there's a way to extend leech duration and reduce total leech amount. You don't care about the actual leech amount, right? You only want, like, length and overleech, which you can do with petrified blood. But how would you guarantee that long? Ooh. Oh, no, maybe you're right. Maybe you're right, Fonzie! Oh, no, am I wrong, chat? It could be. Oh, I might be wrong. I got my arms on my face. Oh, no, or my hands. Oh, guys. Oh, you're right. Maybe you can't do Apep Supremacy with the new amulet. You do only want... Wow, you're right. You do only want to be poisoned for exactly the length that you leech for. Oh, that's true. It doesn't matter work either way. I don't see how they would let this possibly work like this. Else it's the easiest near invincibility I've ever seen. As long as you don't get one shot, yeah. Which I guess you wouldn't if you regen that much, because you're not really ever, like, truly one shot unless it's like memory game. Which, hey! Vol Arctic Armor, baby! I think it would work like that, Fonzie. They're okay with extremely powerful amulets in the game. It's just going to be a really rare amulet. And if it's not, then, you need to get your poison length to always be less than your leech length, which I guess is pretty easy, right? Because there are a lot of ways of getting less poison duration with, like, Swift Affliction, right? No, I think Swift Affliction is the mob, right? Or mod, right? Yeah, 25% less duration. So as long as you stack less duration to be exactly the length you leech for, which is, I think, 4 seconds is default, I think. Then, yeah. Okay, that is insane regen. You're right. I think that is the best way to do it. I completely forgot about, like, you have to leech component. It should be extremely easy. Yeah, okay. Well, maybe you're right. Maybe it is just the absolute most insane amulet in the game. Huh. Well, let's end the stream there, folks. This is really interesting. Now that I've calmed down a little, I still think people were like, I mean, I know somebody mentioned this. I think it was Fonzie in the Discord. Somebody was like, hey, you're a little preachy to the choir here. And I think that's true. I think I am a little preachy to the choir here, but I was still frustrated by Reddit today and I wanted to vent a little. I'm more calmed down now. I still think Zizarin is just irresponsible with the language he's using to describe the new league. But besides that, quick question. How did you get the new tree in POB? Oh, let me show you. Okay, does somebody have the link from yesterday? I think it was Sola that had it. Somebody linked me the .lua file that you put into Path of Building to have, like, all the new nodes and everything. But I'm gonna be honest, I don't know where she found that, because I swear to God, it might be from, like, a secret Discord or something. Because I don't know, I haven't seen this on, like I saw on Reddit, hey, this website that's not POB has the tree up, and everybody was looking at it there, and I'm like, guys, this is on, like, POB. I'm gonna be honest, chat, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know where I found this. Okay, I thought it was just the no. POB isn't updated. This is, like, you can see down here, update ready. This is, like, custom. This is like a fork of a fork. But I'm gonna be honest, chat, I don't know where to go or how to find it. But maybe, I don't know, I'm too lazy. We'll add the new passive tree to Path of Building community for people that want to have a quick look and can't wait for the official proper update. It does not add function for the new mastery node, so we'll show us Reddit Path of Building. Yep, this looks like it. No, this is not it. This is not how I downloaded it. It might be. That might be it. Indeed, when I look at my POB, I look at, like, the recovery mastery, and that works. But when I look at other masteries, most of them are red. So, yeah, maybe that is it. I think it was in Crip's chat, and I believe the PoE building sub. Okay, well, shoot, that might be it. Check out both subs. All right, everyone, that's all. That's the end of the stream. We had really good viewership today, but we're gonna end it there. So everyone, have a good night. Tomorrow we're gonna do something, and then on Sunday we're gonna do the collab. So have a good night. Have a good evening. Goodbye. Also, chat, level with me. Are these glasses too weird? Because I think I might be overthinking it, but I really like the translucent thing when it's not in Ghost, and I don't know how much... Boop, 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 boop. Oh, Pin 2's following. Goodbye, Kiss. Thank you for following.